Off Topic Podcast, back in the old new studio with Chris, who's now in his new studio.
Ooh.
Is it a studio or an office?
I don't know what it is.
Thank you for
It's both.
dressing up, Chris.
Yeah.
The jacket.
It's a fancy move-in day.
Big fan of beer and burritos.
No. He's drinking champagne.
Oh, it's beer burrito day. That's why I assume
It is beer and burrito day.
Which
he did.
It's a lovely glass of apple juice.
It's not apple juice.
It's apparently beer and burrito day because every day is something. You know what I mean?
Every day is something.
Every day's got to be something. I completely forgot. Ate about 30 minutes ago.
Same.
You ate.
Oh, I totally.
I didn't even know we were doing this.
Okay.
Did you have a burrito at least?
I had a taquito from 7-Eleven.
Close. I had a burger.
Okay.
Not beer or
Chris,
burrito.
what did you eat? Let me guess. Tuna fish.
Tuna fish and taco.
Taco?
Well,
Wanna
taco
wash it down
earlier.
with a burrito?
Oh.
Hang on, Tyler.
Pizza.
Sent me
That's
something.
what I call a taco.
I ate McDonald's like 10 minutes before we.
Also, you had.
Oh, so by the last 20
You live-
minutes, you'll be.
Yeah.
empty.
No,
Also, you
I
lived
told
Moss
you.
last night.
I also had some last night.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to the show. For those who aren't watching live, remember, you can watch us every Thursday right on time at 3:12 Central. It was a rough one today. And thank you to our first members for supporting this show and watching along live and also chatting it up.
Ooh. A.H. Alex Z says, who's the guys between Joe and Fredo? Who's the guy between Joe and Fredo?
Yuck.
Who are you?
Yuck.
You want to introduce yourself?
Me.
Oh, I actually didn't introduce anybody. We got me.
New hire.
I'm Michael, Chris, Joe, New Jack, Alfredo.
Wait, what's the difference between New Jack and Old Jack?
Well,
I
he's
have
here.
my own city.
He's
older.
here, is what I.
Well,
I was
technically,
here like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
This was the first time I'd been
yeah,
in
but
like 8 months or something.
But then, how about after that 2 weeks?
No, then
then today.
we're on West Coast and then I'm back. And
Yeah.
so.
New Jack
I like-
is still older than Old Jack. So it's kind of a
Sure,
contradiction.
I mean, you're always old, but
yeah.
you're always
I'm
new.
never going to be younger than I was before.
I just like.
That makes you look younger, Jack.
Thank you. Well, I put it backwards because if I do this,
Oh,
I
shit.
just
Okay, well, back
I'm just
now.
like shaded and I look like a douchebag
Good.
on the
That's
camera.
what I do.
So I
Well,
do-
that's why I have the patented
Yeah.
bend.
See, I can't do the bend because I got that. We've talked about
Oh,
this.
you can.
With the glasses, if I do the bend, the hat like sits way up high.
That's
and it just
actually
looks
true.
Extra douchey.
I think I probably just
Flat
put up
brim,
with it when I wore
glasses.
glasses.
I like flat brim.
Every time you take
Hey.
off the hat, you age like 10 years. and you go back
It's fine. You can like him. I'm gonna hate him.
I was like the portrait. It just keeps changing age every time I throw the hat around.
So, Chris, you were celebrating. I guess it was your first stream in your
Moving into the new
STF's
office. That's why
new
we're all
office.
dressed
It
fancy.
looks nice.
Oh, I haven't seen their new office.
Yeah, it's too nice actually.
Uh-oh.
I walked out saying I'm pissed,
Oh.
and then I threatened to break a window.
Is it over there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go fuck it up.
Yeah. It's real nice in there. It's like, I'll be honest, it's like a real place. Looks like a real place.
I think-
Really?
Well, like, you know how even in our temporary permanent space forever we're in
Yeah,
now,
the one
there's
we're never
parts
leaving.
that look nice, and then it's also just like the abyss.
Oh, like the
All of-
ceiling, the
Just-
parts that don't look nice.
Not even the ceiling, not even that, but I just mean like the other area that's like other people's desks. And
Yeah,
this and that. It's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, it's massive.
Their space is like a space where it all looks nice.
Oh, wow.
Because it's smaller, but it's like, there's no shitty corner yet.
Yes.
That'll probably be Chris's.
We're not. Oh,
That,
He's in the corner.
I'm in the corner.
Yeah.
Remember
So-
we
Give
were
a
supposed
hobble?
to be in the space that we're in now for like 2 months, and we went, that won't.
Dude, we were supposed to be there for 4 weeks, I think.
Was it 4?
Yeah,
Oh,
I remember.
how ambitious of them.
Sarah kept saying like, "Can we set this up?" And it's like, "Well, in a temporary space." And I kept going,
Yeah.
"We should probably just set it up." And then there was a point. I was just like, "Hey, what's the deal with this?" And I got hit again with like, "Oh, well, it's temporary space." And I was like, "We've been here 4 weeks already." And I remember Sarah going, "No, 3." Like beginning of the third, and everyone in the room
Yeah.
was like,
21
was like,
days.
"Sarah, this is like the end of the 4th week." And she was like, "Really?" It's like the thing you're putting off because this is temporary takes 3 hours to set up, and we've been here for weeks.
Yeah. And that
Can
was
we
6
just-
months
can
ago.
we do
Yeah.
it? So we did it, but at that point I stopped asking, and I just don't care.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I imagine
temporary.
something will happen.
It's not temporary for me.
I mean, we've all marked our
mean, it
spaces.
is.
We
It's
peed
all-
all over that
it's all-
carpet.
Well, it's not because this is the only space I know.
It doesn't make it not temporary, Joe.
For me, it
It's
makes it.
still-
If you're
my birthday
leaving,
said achievement hunter.
shut up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right, your
You get
first space
born
in
a
Achievement
hospital, you'll
Hunter.
Stay at the hospital.
But I'm also saying like
don't?
it's both.
Well, that is your birthplace.
Your first space at Achievement Hunter
And
is
it
the
is
temporary
temporary.
space. So
temporary.
it's still, it doesn't. You don't change the environment. You got an infinity stone or something?
Technically, isn't everywhere a temporary space if we just keep moving?
Well, not if there's no plan to move. No.
We're not in California. You can't be high right now. That's
That's
Dude,
like
this guy is sucking on gummies again.
that's like
God.
saying every apartment I've lived
Delta
in has been my
Joe's.
temporary apartment.
Oh, this man.
I mean,
It's gummy.
in a
Is
way,
everything
if you're
temporary
a
to the
fool.
place that you die? Is that
That's your permanent space.
But what if they move your body around?
That's
What-
true.
You know, like think about like the mummies they extracted from the
Mummies?
pyramids. They moved them around.
I
Like
even-
they're in museums and
I
shit
even think
now.
about-
I've seen that at the
Well, but-
museum. They move.
But if you're a
they-
ghost,
at night.
if you're a ghost in one place, that's your
true.
Or what if you're buried in multiple places? Are you?
What,
Is your
like
forever
hands,
home?
like chopped
Like you're
up?
cut up
Yeah.
and put your body parts in different places. Is that occupying
You know,
more space?
Or like when
obviously
they
it is,
burn you, they take your body and they light you on fire and you're just ashes and they float away. It's like, where are you now? Huh?
The
You
world
exist
is
everywhere.
mine.
You're pervasive.
What
gone,
happens if you're a
actually.
ghost locked to a house and then the house gets demolished and just say, well, not it wouldn't really happen nowadays, but just say that house gets demolished and it's just left as like open land.
I hate to say it, but have you seen Ghost Story with Joaquin Phoenix?
No.
They actually talk about, or that's a thing brought up in the thing.
Oh, what do they do?
Basically, it's like the house he's in, he dies and he becomes a ghost,
Yeah.
and then like eventually it's like skips away into the future, and that area is now a massive city, and he's just like in a high rise. He's just like as a ghost
he
in a high rise.
upgraded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can he go?
He's
Can he go?
existing in the
Can he
area.
go up and down,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
he's stuck?
Yeah, he can go wherever he wants.
So, but I guess like,
I don't know if it's tied to that area, but that's 100%
Right.
actually.
I guess
Yeah, I would
to-
assume you'd be tied to the
to
area.
answer
But
that
what about
question,
space?
if there's nothing
True.
there, do you just
Just
kind of
ghosting
like
air.
sit
Kind
in
of
the
just
forest?
stand in
Yeah.
open
Like you
field.
get a square
going- It doesn't like unleash you, right?
I guess what if you?
Tethered.
What if you're in a house?
Okay, you're in a house.
House gets torn down.
House is torn
NASA
down.
buys the land, builds a
NASA.
space shuttle,
Uh-huh.
launches. Where you used to live is a
Damn.
space shuttle.
get it.
Now you're in the space shuttle. Space
Yeah.
shuttle launches with you as a ghost in it, goes to another planet, goes to Mars.
That's a good question.
What happens?
Then I own
Is
Mars.
there
Then I
like a
own
cap?
Mars.
Like,
Yeah,
do you have like
like-
a radius where it's like from this point where you died?
But also,
Well, you get yanked out. I'm going to space,
that's
and then
what I'm saying. You're
Like you're
you're a ghost. You would like you just go through it as it took off. You'd have to move
Like-
up with
No.
ghost.
But if that's your house,
Yeah.
if that's your house,
Because if ghosts
Yeah.
are in houses and there's walls, and they can go through the
Yeah,
walls.
but
the
again,
house
but
is
again,
the house.
but you're not listening
you're
though.
tied to the land.
Exactly. You're tied to where the house was, so you're tied to that area, not the spaceship. The spaceship just happens to be where you're tied, but when it takes off, that's not where you're tied to.
But if
Yeah.
we tie a piece of fishing
Somebody's
line,
right.
Shut the hell up. Now you've made this stupid.
Yeah,
it was a
come on,
good
this-
conversation until
you
then.
made it ridiculous,
And you all
Joe.
embarrassed us in front of
What if you
nice
put-
dressed Chris. Chris, go ahead, make it worse.
what if you put dirt in the spaceship from the land?
There's a good idea.
Nailed it. Now you're questioning everything.
As long as Eric's not
This is
in the
what we do in the
spaceship because he
shadows.
might eat it.
but if you take the bones that were in the land, you put them in the spaceship. Now you
You
live
probably
in the
go with the
spaceship.
bones, right?
You go with the bones.
They just
Probably,
moved
right?
the headstones. They didn't move the body.
I like to say
Yeah.
go with the bones.
A lot of
Your
times-
bones, not the bones.
People haunt
Right? Hey,
places.
you go with the bones? That's my leg. Yeah, the leg.
At that point, I just detach myself from my bones and my carcass. I just go, I am what I am now.
What's the difference between your bones and your carcass? Bones are part of your carcass,
on
right? I
the-
don't think you can have one without
meat
the
on
other,
the
right?
bone.
I think of carcass as dead body, especially torso.
Bones is meat. and
Ripped
meat,
open,
like a
ribs
carcass.
sticking out,
at
but
what-
still flesh.
but at
That's
what-
carcass
What,
to
did you
me.
get
But at
killed
what
by,
point,
by
like-
an alien?
It probably got ripped. No. It didn't come out. It went in.
But we
So
have,
like
we
ate
have a
you.
ship of Theseus
Oh,
problem
okay.
here, where it's like, at what point do you go from a carcass into bones? Because
Yeah.
if you're just
When there's
like,
no flesh.
Okay, but
Exactly.
like 100% no flesh. Like, what if there's a little fleck of something on a rib?
I would say when the
bone.
bones take a clear majority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or whenever they
obvious,
stop being
So
gooey.
that's the difference
Right.
to me between
I'm just saying, I don't think you need to bust out a fucking magnifying glass. You just look and go, is that a pile of bones or is that a pile of flesh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell in video games if something's gonna squish or something's gonna rattle. It's a squish rattle.
Yeah, I agree that you're tied to the land. You're not like a symbiote that just gets left in chunks.
I was
Symbiote.
just, I was just saying.
I almost questioned myself there. God damn
Tyler,
it.
leave me alone. Tyler's
Oh, wait, what? No.
intruding to say that a carcass is a dead body of an animal.
Really?
I guess not a
It's
person.
a corpse, I guess, would
Yeah,
be.
that makes sense.
But
No.
humans are animals. We are
Humans are animals.
You know,
You're an
like
animal.
Space
I saw you
Corps.
sniffing underwear earlier.
God. What?
Smells like Michael Bones.
It's right there, Jack. It's behind you.
You were sniffing underwear? What do we have here?
We got a pair of limited edition.
It hurts when I see that, guys. I missed that hat. I lost
It's
it.
delicious.
Can you?
You have them backwards, by the way. That's the ass
Put
part
mints
facing
in it.
forward, I think, right?
That's how it
I think it's
smells.
reverse.
no,
I think it, I think
you're
it,
right.
I'm pretty sure it's a thought.
I think
I have
it's
a whole lot of
you can
experience.
pick it however you
Turn
want.
around.
I mean,
What?
I guess maybe if you
Like,
stuff it all into the.
You could do either side.
You could, but you could also wear your pants on your head, Chris, but that's not how they're designed. That's clearly designed to be
back.
worn one way. You saying you could do whatever doesn't make
Well,
it
look
so.
at Jack. He's got his hat on backwards.
True.
Right, but wearing it that way, his dick isn't hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, so
As far as you can tell, there's a table.
I can
waiting.
tell.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm wearing these. I also asked where they came from, and I don't know.
We don't know
I
if they've
told
been
you.
worn or
I
not.
know where they came from.
But
I
here
told you I
this
don't know
is-
if they've been worn. But
here
all
this
they can
man
tell
is
is
fully
they're
committing.
They seem fresh.
Well, now they've been worn.
Oh. Any way he wants.
So why do you have those?
So Gus gave them to me because Ryan Haley made them when we were on Last Laugh, and he fucking botched himself out before he could
I
use it.
almost rode in Ryan Haley's car on Tuesday, and I was saved
Was
by
Ryan
Omar.
Haley there?
Yeah, no, he
Oh,
was
okay.
there. We were. So after H Live, I ended up staying a couple
it's
extra
saved,
days
for sure.
And actually it was Monday. On Monday we went to go get some food with all the Funhouse guys, and there wasn't enough room. And Ryan was going. He's like, I can drive. I'm like, I'll ride with you. And he's like, Are you sure? And
How foreboding. What
all
does
I
that
know
even
is like he opened up his door, and I could hear him like pushing cans out of the way.
Yep.
And then Omar around the corner. He goes, You're not riding with him, are you? With me. I was like, okay,
Jack, the entire time that was happening, everyone that was in the car with me goes, "Oh, well, he's riding in Ryan's car."
I was excited.
It's like
it's like a train wreck. It's like this is okay. What's gonna happen to me? This could be fun. And no, I ended up riding with Omar, and it was safe, and it was less of an experience, I'm sure, I would have had than riding with Ryan.
Now, I'm sure many people know this in the audience, but maybe not everybody. Chris, you've known Ryan for a long time.
Since college.
Yeah.
Wild.
You two animals together. Is
That guy.
just-
Okay, so if you don't know who
He
Ryan
makes
Haley
you
is,
look normal.
Ryan Haley, it's kind of like Truman Show, where Ryan Haley is the main character of Earth, and we are all just supporting actors in his story because he's the most amazing, interesting person on the planet. He's
Dude.
done the weirdest shit ever.
Specifically in
and he has receipts. Like he backs up
Yeah.
everything
Oh,
with video.
I don't know if you remember this. This is forever ago. And I probably told the story, but on this podcast. RT podcast, like 10 years ago. I told a story about a kid I knew in college who the entire month of December dressed up as an elf and only answered to the name Napkin.
Yeah, I remember Napkin. I do remember Napkin.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I would talk to him. He'd be like, no, sorry, Ryan's not here. But Napkin's here. I'll leave a message. Do you want a Christmas cookie? And he pulled Christmas. And he only wore the one outfit the entire month of December. And he did that every year for all through college.
what's crazy?
I told that story.
Yeah.
That's Ryan. That's Ryan.
You know what's crazy, Joe? That underwear was part of his outfit that he wore for a month,
That's true.
and you had it on your head.
It's odd that he knew you back in 2010, though.
He
but-
did. Well, he's also a Nostradamus.
yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
and then I was like, and then he didn't even tell me he got a job at Funhouse. I saw him at the party. I was like, what are you doing here? He's like, oh yeah, I work at Funhouse now. I'm like, since when? Why didn't you say?
You were like, are you Ryan or Napkin?
I was like, yeah. I was like, why didn't you like say, hey man?
Yeah.
He was like, I don't know.
He's such a fascinating dude. They found some of the people went back to the office. He actually moved back to Tennessee. He's from Memphis, and but he came out for some reason, then went back, and they found a McDonald's bag on his desk, and they just went through it. It was a bag of fries and a condom. Just in the McDonald's bag.
Well, you could probably put sauce in it. And
What?
get your sauce lubricated.
Fascinating
I could-
person.
Fries must
Yeah.
be hot.
I guess so.
Was it a used condom?
No, it was still in the wrapper.
It was
that
used,
changes
but
things.
sucked on.
Yeah.
Not used the way
Oh, it
you're
was
supposed
flavored.
to. Yeah.
So
There was no
anyway.
flavor left when they got to it. All the banana was drained out of it.
Were,
Why banana?
was it?
I don't know.
Were they
'cause that's
full?
a flavor.
Why did it have to be drained?
I'm trying to get.
Because he sucked on it. Go ahead.
the fries.
Flavored
Were
condoms
they
on the condom.
eaten fries, or was it a full thing of
I think it
fries
was- I think it was
in an
mostly
unwrapped
fries.
condom? So it's like, this is date night, like,
You pour the ketchup in, you got a little thing. It's nice. It's
Yeah.
cylindrical.
It obviously didn't go anywhere.
The ketchup
condom
goes
was still wrapped.
You guys are both so weird, but so differently weird.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I think of you both as creatures that should be in a zoo, but very distinct, right? I wouldn't say you were.
you wouldn't put us in the
wouldn't be
same
in the same
cage.
exhibit.
It'd be like,
I would put you in. No, I would put you in the same cage, but it'd be clear that you were of different species.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just like they're not the same animal. They just get along together. So we put them in there together. They kind of coexist oddly well.
Yeah.
Oh, like the
emu and the
peacocks.
elks. For some reason,
Yeah.
these guys are friends. Like, whatever, they're good.
I feel like you can put peacocks with anything.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, not any.
It's Chris Ryan and a peacock. And then they're always leaning over going, get a load of this peacock. And Ryan goes, what a freak.
He goes, hi, I'm Napkin.
Oh, peacock. I'm.
Anyway, Ryan Haley
God.
lore is amazing.
Yeah, don't get in the car with him, otherwise you know when you die.
I was excited, man. Like I'm always up for an adventure. Like that was the one of my regrets in my life is when I was in college. I was downtown. I went out drinking one night, and earlier in the night I was driving, so I was safe. And then on my way home, going down Congress Avenue, Leslie, which was like the famous homeless guy in Austin who would go around town in a thong and had like signs up. He ran for mayor one time. He was hitching rides, and I was like, I just drove past him. I was like, oh, I should have picked up Leslie to see where the night would have taken me. They're like, where does Leslie live? Apparently, he had a mansion that was full of asbestos. So, yeah, but
like in the walls or in the middle of the house?
I don't know. So there was a rumor
You know what I mean?
out in Westlake, which is like the nice part of town, like there was a mansion that was abandoned because it was full of asbestos, and he somehow was squatting in it, and it was like known that's where he lived. And I was like, I could have dropped him off, but I ended up not. So.
I don't go any further
And I regret
east
that. And then he
than,
died, so.
Bee Caves. It's beneath me.
Anyway,
Where's Bee Caves?
Bee Caves is
It's like northwest. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
right? It's probably near Westlake.
Is it a
Yeah.
cave
Yeah.
full of bees?
No, it's you go there and you go, people must have money here.
Yeah.
I have my dermatologist is in Bee Caves, and you drive out there and you're just like, what the fuck? My dermatologist's office is also like, it's dermatologist / they do like cosmetics and like surgery and stuff. It's huge. It's like, you know how a lot of doctors will like rent a space in an office building?
Yep.
It's a giant office building. It's way nicer. They also own the whole building.
Jesus.
So it's not like a tenant. No joke. It's like marble floor, like spiral staircase.
Holy
like I
shit.
walked in and I was like,
This is in LA.
This is the first time I ever went there. The first time I ever went there was years ago. It was when I first started getting psoriasis, and I was like, oh, I should see something about this. And I just like Googled like good recommended, you know, and it was in the insurance, so I went there, or whatever. And I walked in and I was like, is this a doctor's office? like I kid you not, you walk into the room, it was kind of like a ranch house, like when you got to the second floor, where it's a giant room, mostly empty, just like Texas loves doing that, going, it's big, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah.
And there's just like chairs and shit. Every person in there is like in like a cocktail dress or a suit or whatever. And I'm in like ripped jeans and a t-shirt.
That's my night job.
Yeah. And I'm just like, are they gonna throw me out? And I was just like, what the fuck? It was insane.
Did you have to tip the bouncer when you walked in?
No, and they're really nice too. It wasn't like snooty at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, clearly most people there were not there for dermatology.
Yeah.
They were there to like get their face re-put on or
Get something
something.
inflated or deflated.
Do you ever
But anyway, that's Bee Caves. So whenever I think of Bee Caves, I'm just like, money.
Do you ever think about it and be like, this is all paid by skin? Like this whole building is a skin building.
I'll be honest, no.
No.
Didn't think of it as a skin building.
There's the title of the episode right there. This building is a skin building.
Is that like Kirby eating the car, but like skin eating the building?
Well, I was thinking like it was all paid for by skin problems and just skin in general.
Yeah, I mean,
That's like a weird thing to think
they
about.
sell
what do you?
Bones,
I don't know.
maybe bones.
There's a lot of money in
I
skin.
guarantee you they sell
maybe
shit.
bones.
Could be bones. Could be a carcass. Got it. Stop saying bones.
or a corpse.
Touching your cheeks.
Cheekbone.
Anyway.
I looked at the chat.
Yeah, the chat's
Nothing.
it's way behind today. I don't know
Nothing.
why. It seems like we're like
You know what I
like
hate?
2 or 3
You know what
minutes
I
late.
can't stand
What's
about the chat when
Joe?
we're doing?
Oh.
No, the chat
Oh, sorry.
specifically.
Okay,
this
sorry.
time.
You said can't stand.
Is when I look at the chat and they're talking to each other, and I want to go, look at me,
How dare
look
you?
at me.
Stop having a
You
conversation.
can talk when I'm not here.
Look at me when I'm talking.
Do you know where I go to see my dermatologist? Do you know how important I am? That's my goal in life. In my early 20s, I was like, no matter where my life takes me, no matter my career, I want to fit in this doctor's office one day. And one day I'll make it.
JJO says, enter the skin dome. That's probably a new sentence. I can't imagine anyone's ever said that before.
Skin dome.
Thank you, all the first members.
Do you think they've degloved a lot of people there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm guessing a lot of deglove people probably go in to get regloved.
What if you don't
What do you
want your
mean
gloves?
degloved?
Deglove.
You can
Don't
get
ever
reglove?
Google that. Don't
Degloved
ever
is like
You
it's
can
like
get reglove?
Degloved is like if like your skin like comes off the bone. Like essentially you're talking about your hand skin. It's like
Yeah.
called, like
To do
what?
degloving.
So
Well,
typically,
usually it's not planned that it
typically
happens.
it's like a ring or something gets caught, and then your hand gets forcibly removed from the ring.
It's like
and-
pulling a tablecloth off a table.
I thought deglove meant
It's called
something else.
degloving.
How would you do it the whole hand though? Is it a glove?
Well, I don't.
My bad.
Oh, hang
Siri will
on.
tell you.
Here's what I found: is
Maybe-
degloving images, types, treatments, and complications.
Oh.
My degloving went horribly wrong. I've got extra skin.
I thought deglove was like another term for
circumcision?
circumcision.
All right, pervs. No,
That's why I got. That's why I got
No,
confused
they don't.
when you said
deglove.
reglove.
They don't get it back on. They like that's not degloving. That's like cutting off.
do not.
Degloving is like
Just, for your own sake, do not Google that.
How
if
do
you
or do, but you know what it is. It's not going to look
what
good.
situation does your skin come off your hand?
So okay,
Just
The ring finger.
hypothetically,
Okay.
your hand gets stuck in something, and you have a ring like you have a ring, it gets squished down, and then that thing bolts off. The ring stays with whatever takes off, and your hand comes out. And usually, whatever skin is above
So like
the
in
ring
that
goes with
instance,
the
probably
ring.
just your finger would get
So
pulled off. But it's still
like
called
just getting
degloving.
If you had 5 rings,
Because it's like just taking a glove off your hand, but it's your skin.
Yeah.
like 5 rings, and they all get stuck.
Why not just
One on each hand,
yeah,
one,
why not
or
just
one on
one?
each finger. One on each
it's,
finger.
it's a thing, and it's a fucking nightmare.
It's like when Hannibal Lecter wears the guy's face, but he like slowly and methodically carved it off.
Yeah.
But imagine going, ah, and then that happens.
Yeah.
You ever see The Office?
Yeah.
You know when Dwight takes off the it's like that, but like imagine that came
Yeah,
off.
I'm glad Joe referenced a reference to the reference I made. I don't know. You know Hannibal Lecter? Fuck Hannibal Lecter. What about The Office when Dwight did the Hannibal Lecter thing that Michael just fucking talked about?
Well, because
little
Fredo
weird.
wasn't getting it, so I had to put it.
He got it.
Got it.
He got it.
Oh, sorry.
In what universe it was me going, oh, and you go, all right, hold on.
I didn't hear the O. I'm still stuck on the whole fact that I thought degloving was circumcision. So
Look, I'm sure you
Oh,
can
that's
take
called
some kind of
dip and
like
rip.
pig skin
Dip and
or
rip?
something like
Yeah,
Here's what
rip,
you do.
bro.
You take like a dead pig, right? Then you go down to the office and you go, yo, I want to get the skin extended on my penis.
The skin
I think you could. I think you
And then
could.
they'll put like, I don't know, I'm sure they could use like pig skin to put.
Or pig graft. I mean, skin graft.
uncircumcise you.
Yeah, but there's
So
no
I'd
way
be half
they would
pig,
be able
half
to like
man.
blend it.
Oh, I mean,
I'd be like a pigman from Minecraft.
I mean, I don't think
But
putting
it
a
would just
little
be
bit of
my
extra
dick.
skin on would make you half
I
pig.
also think you could probably use other skin.
What?
Like they
If I
could
squeezed it and it was on there, it'd go oink.
oh, like take it from the back.
take it from like your back or something, or maybe even like your testicles, which have a lot of extra.
How did we get onto this?
I'll be honest, too much.
Because this man keeps talking about how like
Too much
well,
extra.
hold on, I thought I can get uncircumcised. I went, I'm sure maybe you can.
There's no way.
It's called circumvented.
No, that's when you stop a circumcision. That's when you dive in front of the little tiny guillotine. Ah, my pinky, it was worth it. You degloved me.
Oh my God. Anyway, AH Live was this past week. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We did that. Went on the West Coast.
It's funny that AH Live, amongst what we do, is honestly, like looking back on it, and then this conversation we just had, AH Live is so much more, not like professional, but like there's so much less fucking around because we simply don't have the time. Like we fuck around on the stage,
Yeah.
but like if AH Live was 7 hours, I would have a 27-minute monologue just
yeah.
talking to the audience. And so it's like we sit down here and we're talking about nothing forever. And AH Live is like, go out there, do the thing. All right, get ready for the next thing. Go. Like it's so fast.
no.
It's like the most coordinated we ever are
It's
because
like-
we simply do not have time.
It's like we have like 12 bits to get through, of which, of those 6 are going to take 10 to 15 minutes. And like we have a limited amount of time because we can't have people. I mean,
and all the
I mean, I'm
venues
sure- I
go,
know
get the
people-
fuck out, like at
Yeah.
a certain time. It's not like your house.
Yeah,
where
like
it's
literally,
just
like,
like,
the
they'll
state-
linger.
like the owners of the building will be like, you have at 11 o'clock, and then we start charging you per minute after that you're on stage. So it's like, we got to be done by 11. And so even with that, we ran a little bit late in a couple. But yeah, it is definitely it is like the sort of refined essence of Achievement Hunter on stage. It's like everything we do kind of like shrunken down into a little bit. We have everything from like, just gameplay to tabletop to comedy to dancing to singing. It was a little bit of everything all in one 3-hour little block.
It's just so fast.
It goes
so
quickly.
fast, dude.
Yeah. You look up and you're like, oh God, we're already.
I mean, again,
an
you
hour
think
and a half
about it,
into
like this podcast at this point now runs about 90 minutes. That's half of AH Live. But even then, there's like a 25-minute intermission.
Yeah.
So it's like we sit here and babble for almost for more than half of like the length of AH Live,
Yeah.
where it's like we gotta do this bit, then we gotta do costume change, we gotta do that, then we gotta do that. So it's like not only is it nonstop, but it's like anytime you're not on stage, generally you're like running to get ready for the next thing.
getting prepped.
You're like, you look at it and you're like, oh, I'm not in for 3 bits. I got a while. Oh, that's 18 minutes. Fuck. You know what I mean? It's like I gotta run to the back of the stage and then come out.
And it's
I
me.
gotta run,
Yeah,
dress, get ready, make sure that like everyone knows like is this a bit where
Get your mic on, go out. Mic's
Right.
not turned on.
Oh,
Just yell louder.
Is this a bit where we're entering through the back of the stage? How do we do that? And you gotta make sure you wrangle. Do you have guests? Wrangle the guests and make sure that like they're on board and they know what's going on and what to do. It's a lot of scrambling.
I see Anime Lady asking, will any of it be a VOD? No. No. Part of the thing is like we do that stuff live on stage. There is a documentary that Wes is working on where you'll see bits and pieces of the show. But as far as like the full show, actually we can't just release it because a lot of those venues actually have contracts. Whereas like if you use any footage from those venues, you have to pay a large amount of money.
But probably bootlegs.
There's some clips out there, I know for sure. I'm still looking.
Also, Wes's doc is like I canceled it.
Okay, yeah, you killed it. Oh,
yeah. I just went. We ended it, and I was like, hate to break it to you, you're done.
That's a good bits in there.
No, there's stuff.
That's some good bits in there.
Well, that's why I had to can it.
Oh shit.
It's your fault. I wasn't gonna say it, but it's your fault.
I will say, if you
said too much.
If you ever see Achievement Hunter live, like a tour or a show, 100% you should go to it because we're gonna do stuff at those shows that you'll never ever see again. We did a thing in San Francisco that I still haven't seen a clip from, but Alfredo brought a very special guest to San Francisco.
Yeah, Tim.
Tim Geddes. No, you brought your Grammy.
San Francisco.
Yeah, there was like a little, because I was like, come on, when am I going to be able to perform in my hometown?
Oh, so, never again.
Never.
You've peaked.
Exactly.
For sure.
So I was like, family, friends, colleagues, like kind of funny were there. And so I went on, we did the whole intro, we did one night, and then like Jack left me on stage, and then I just kind of like took the stage for a second and just like, I'm just going to take this all in. And then obviously the crowd was loving it because of the Bay Area. And then I talked about how Tim and I's friendship is almost 20 years, and then showed a video that like had Tim and Alfredo from like freshman year all the way up to now because we have all that footage.
Little baby boys.
And then Tim came on, we celebrated because again, we're still just two fucking idiots going, how the fuck are we here? Why did they let us on stage?
That's what I kept saying backstage.
Yeah, exactly. And then we had to thank a very special woman, which was my grandma. We call her G-Ma because she was everyone's grandma, and she was the one that like believed in us and just kept like making sure that we were fed and taken care of and that we could follow our dreams. So she came up on stage, and it was like this big moment, and I was like, man, this is awesome.
It was like the sweetest thing ever. Like it was genuinely like everyone was crying.
It was so. Not everyone, but it was so actually authentic, and it was only during the tour, and also only in San Francisco, right? Because where Tim is and everything. They had it before his G-Mon came out. They showed the video, and it was like him and Tim, like, congrats, man. Like, it's just like even with like Timmy, like it's also awesome because it's not just like they did it, but it's like Alfredo, like everything that led him, like, and then to Achievement Hunter, like not that it's just Achievement Hunter, but like the journey to now where he is, and Tim being kind of funny, where like they went separate, but it's still so close. You know what I mean? Parallel. It's like it's so parallel, and it's great that you could be like, hey, come to like that. Tim is in a position where you go, hey, be on our show, and it makes absolute sense, to have kind of funny show up. Yep. And before your Gmod came out, you're like, it's two boys from Bay Area. You guys were hugging. I was this close to walking on the stage and hugging, going, we did it, guys. We fucking did it. But I was just like, nah, it's like I know they won't care, but it's literally their one. If you ever do it again, I'm gonna do it. If we ever go to San Francisco again, you got your one. But I was so tempted to do it. Yeah. And I restrained myself, and I told him later. And then later on in the show, during like a regular bit, there was like other people up, but you guys were out there, and I walked up to you, and then I kind of did it, where I was like, hey guys, just three boys from the Bay Area. We made it. Some people booed me. I got a couple of boos. I was like, who thought we'd make it this far? No, the other thing I also kept doing is Alfredo, before that, he gave his speech to the crowd of like, he did the thing that people go nuts for if you're on there, where it's like, name drop, a street, and people are like, ah! Because they know what that street is. And he was doing that. And so like, they got that like, I'm from, San Francisco. And everyone's like, yeah! Then every opportunity after that, he mentioned San Francisco, and I go, he left, right? He's gone. He left you.
Well, we did like
we did AHW, and you were like, I'm taking the title home.
Yeah,
He said where?
He's like,
Where?
The home means Austin, Texas.
Yeah, just so you know, home isn't here. He left you.
Not mean the Bay Area. Not mean San Francisco. I went, no.
But what am I? So like talking about like going back to Ace Live and like the show and doing stuff that we don't do anywhere else. It was something where Fredo asked me, he's like, can I bring my grandma up on stage? And I was like, oh, yeah, of course you can, absolutely. Then I was like, my dumb creative brain's like, wait a minute, can we do something? How can we play with this and have extra fun with it? So we had the old men. So Jeremy and Michael's pals, the old men.
We're their handlers.
So in Seattle they came out pretty early in the show, and I told Fredo, I was like, do you think your grandmother would be comfortable coming back on stage later in the show and shooing the old men off. And Fredo's like, yeah, absolutely, I'll ask her. I'm like, okay, perfect. Because it's like, for me, we basically ended up swapping everything around where Fredo came out with Grandma first to like set her up. It's like, there you go. It's like showing a gun in the first act. It's going to come back. And so then towards the end of the show, the old men show up and they're dancing around on stage. And then we just sent Grandma out to shoo them off.
I remember
it was the most amazing thing.
I remember telling Grandma, I was like, Grandma, this is what we want to have you come on stage and do. And she was like, you guys are so stupid.
They're stupid, and also because it's like me and Jeremy and somebody or whatever is like, yeah, just like you know, like shoo them or whatever. And Jeremy and I were like, just hit us.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. It's just beat our ass.
I brought
with this
Grandma
broom.
to Michael and Jeremy, and I was like, these are the people that are going to be dressed up like old men as Michael, as Jeremy. Also, feel free to hit the shit out of them.
Yeah, and we were like,
And she
sure,
was
like
just-
don't pull any punches.
Yeah, she was like, okay, I'll hit them. Okay. And boy,
Dude,
Grandma
the
moves
funny part is
slow.
she hauled ass.
Dude, she is a slow mover. I have never seen her move that fast. She was.
Dude, the crowd
like
went
a
nuts.
bat
Just
of hell.
Alfredo's
Going,
previous like
shoot,
sentimental,
shoot,
everyone's
shoot.
crying, and she's like, ah, like running out, hitting us.
across
And
the whole stage.
Jeremy's getting beaten back, and I was on the floor, just like crawling myself backwards. And I told Alfredo this ahead of time, just so he knew. I was just like, you're doing the old man, and it's like, it's like, you bastard, you son of a bitch, all that. And I was just like, I know it's a bit. I was like, I don't want to say any like rude, even though nobody heard us, right?
Yeah,
but it's just like we still
Everyone's
do the
screaming,
still do the bit where I told Alfredo, I was like, what? Do you think it's all right if I just keep calling her a banshee? He's like, I think that's fine. And so the whole time I'm sliding across the floor, I'm going, that's a banshee! That's a banshee! God damn it!
But it's stuff
That
like
was awesome.
I
People went
like,
nuts.
I love that form of like storytelling on stage, where it's like you set something up and then you pay it off later, and like where no one was
Like the ship of
expecting it.
Thesis,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Like Thesis is
yeah,
gun.
Like Thesis is gun.
Yeah.
And but I love shit like that. Like we had a thing planned for Matt too that we were gonna do during the show. Ended up kind of like
We were gonna give him kidney stones
We were.
on stage.
It worked out so
and
well.
He went too early.
Yeah, he's
Couldn't wait a
He
week.
gave it to himself.
Is he alive, by the way? Has anyone talked to him? Is
Yeah.
he okay? Okay.
Yeah, Trevor was checking
But
in.
you were actually going to give him some old ones?
No, we were gonna have him produce them live.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like, here, we found
Like,
something.
we did a thing the last tour. It was like Magic Matt or
Magic
whatever.
Matt.
And so he was gonna come out on the stage and go Abra ah, and then pull out kidney stone.
Yeah, we have a little curtain in front.
And we really tried to dial in the timing,
But,
and he
something about
jumped
not
the
being able
gun.
to fly.
False start.
But yeah.
He's fine though. I also only say this because he posted about it.
Yeah. He was public about it.
I'm not. As much as I would love to reveal his medical conditions, because there's a lot more.
It's like Willy Wonka.
He left.
Fucking contract at the beginning.
He's also like Matt. Dude, I don't even know how many times that man has had kidney stones. Like,
Has he had it? This
oh
was
my
his
God,
first?
so many times. No, are you serious?
Oh, I genuinely didn't know.
This is
Matt
first
got
time
kidney
he's had kidney
stones.
stones.
Matt got kidney stones in like high school.
Really?
He's had
Oh, I had
them
no idea.
so many times.
That's,
Oh.
but they hurt.
yeah,
right?
Chris, you're pissing out
But
rocks.
the man can't quit the sugar.
Look, he's dedicated. All right.
Are we sure it's not be? We read that if you drink too much water, you can have kidney stones. Was it
That could be it.
Does he drink too much
I
water?
don't, I
could
don't
be it.
know.
I don't know.
It could be the
Alfredo.
case.
Very
Water
early
is
on.
the basis of every drink. Okay.
Water.
What am I
Water.
doing?
It's the
What am I
basis of
doing?
every
There's
drink.
water in this voodoo.
Exactly.
You could call this voodoo water.
Yeah. IPA.
It was great though.
Can of
It
Coke
sucked
that
that
I don't think
Matt
water's the
couldn't be
issue.
there, and then BK unfortunately had like a family
Yeah.
emergency,
Yeah.
so she
Yes.
couldn't be there.
It was sad. I was really excited to get BK.
I mean, she was really excited
It's like having
too,
Co is you and Kai's
Can you fucking say
blended
it?
name now.
Co?
Yeah, Co.
Dude, I
What?
fuck up all the newbies' names.
Yeah.
Just
You
like,
never
or
fuck up my
Kai
name.
with an E.
Oh. What
No,
have
but-
you called me?
I've called you Matt so many times, but only because of just like
That's cruel.
the aura. You have a similar aura. To
What?
It's not like,
I look like a brag?
I didn't say you look like anything. That's
I've-
specifically why I said aura.
I've seen Joe
You
in-
feel like a
I've seen Joe in person maybe
that's not good, Joe.
20 times at this point.
Good, Joe.
Twice of those were at the gym. So he's got Matt beat by years.
I constantly, all the time. It's so funny because I do it as a joke a lot, but then it slips out not as a joke of calling Trevor Alfredo or Alfredo Trevor.
I've done
And
that.
every time one of them goes like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Look, same height, okay, same hair,
Look pretty
right?
similar.
If you're in the shadows, I can't tell, right? If I can't see your skin
Yeah.
tone,
Or if you're like both walking
Fucking
away, it's like,
dweebs,
oh,
bro.
During the, I forgot, maybe like a couple holidays ago before the pandemic, we did like the best Christmas ever or whatever, where everyone we had
Yeah,
the
yeah,
day
yeah.
where everyone did their own thing. And so when Trevor and I, our bit was
is that when you got the car?
we had the suits and the car that we ended up getting like a nice car. Jack helped out with that. And then
You rented it. You didn't buy it.
No. My dad works for a car.
Oh, okay. So even less.
Yeah. So
you didn't pay for it. It was
They
free.
literally rolled about 15 feet.
Gotcha.
They rolled it out, and we were able to go in and out.
Oh,
of the
dude, you had the
car.
slow-mo. I think Trevor had like the suit tuck, right?
Yeah.
Like getting out of the car.
And so we got measured for those suits.
Yeah.
And
this is obviously well into the joke of you guys are twins.
right.
Because the second
well
you got
into
here, we
it.
went,
I'm
you're
like
Trevor.
Year 3 at this point, but we get measured up, and then all of a sudden she's like, huh. Same measurement. I went, of course.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Look at you guys. You're like the exact same height,
copy
exact
paste,
same
copy
build.
paste.
When you guys
Copy
stand
paste.
next to each
Same
other,
hair.
You guys, I mean, you look like brothers.
Dude, seriously. Like,
Actually.
they look so similar in like everything besides Trevor's white. You know what I mean? Which is a big tell. Yeah. But from afar, it's crazy how similar the shape of your bodies are and your hair.
I think it's the mannerisms,
I've been saying it too. No, I don't think it's the mannerisms. This guy's like, ugh. Trevor's like, ugh.
That actually is a really good. That was a really good 1 second impersonation.
Wait, what I don't trust is how the fuck is his hair so dark? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
He must dye it. It's impossible. He is a very white man.
He just needs
How
to
is
go-
your hair
go
so
Steve
black?
Martin,
It's
man.
black. Okay.
It is, yeah.
Doesn't make sense. That's the only thing he stands next to you and I go, doesn't match up. Doesn't make sense.
Also, there wasn't a
What's your
topic where he's
secret?
like, oh, I'm 6'2". I'm like, no.
Yeah, we've had this conversation where he's like, I'm 6'2", and Alfredo's like, no, Trevor, we're 6'1".
We're 6'1".
And Trevor's going, no, we're 6'2". And Alfredo's
like-
going, no, I'm not.
We are not. I'm like, you are delusional. We are 6'1".
That's like
We
when
are 6'2".
That's like when Fiona grew an inch when she moved to LA. She
Yeah.
started saying she's 5'10". I keep going, no, you're not.
Yeah,
She's
she
like,
lost
"Yes, I am.
2
Yes, I
years
am."
and grew an inch.
Well,
you know,
well,
that's
Trevor
how
was
it
saying
works.
like the doctor that he had for a very long time just kept telling him he was like 6'2", and I was like, well, that doctor's lying to you. And then
Right.
he came back like a month later and was like, yeah, I've been lied to. I'm 6'1". And I'm like, I
There's a
could've told
defective
you
tape
that.
measure.
He's like,
That's
oh
the
my
one
God,
thing though
all
that
my life.
like it's such an easy. It's like all my life. It's such an easy thing to check.
Yeah.
Right? It's not it's not like, oh man, my whole life I was told I had this blood type. Fair enough. How the fuck would you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Get a tape measure.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
If you
mean?
go to a nice,
like the
if you go to a
wall,
nice
put a book on your
doctor,
head.
will they tell you what you want them to tell you?
Oh, maybe
Like,
that's it.
You're
Maybe
gonna say, was he at your
maybe they were like,
skin
oh,
doctor?
you're 6'1". He was like 6'2", and they went 6'2".
Yeah, it's like the.
And then they expect the tip.
This
Yeah.
is the healthiest president I've ever seen. In my life. Sure he is.
This guy might not die
Yeah,
ever.
he will. Yeah,
He might live forever.
Forever.
I'm just saying,
Anyway.
he's got 3 hearts.
So I was
Incredible.
excited that Joe and Kai were there because that was your very first live show. For not only first AH Live, but first live show with
I tried to
Ever
keep
in my
that
life.
out of it.
Ever.
In my
Scott
life,
Squad.
I've never been on stage in my life besides
What?
like maybe a talent show.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel?
I
about
knew
the
it was
whole
going to be Super H Live.
Hey, I was there. I was the manager.
thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, hey,
We're in a tight ship.
Hey,
make
That's
sure
right.
everyone is doing their thing.
You just did a stream, so you can rest, and also you look good.
Yeah,
So you
that's
just sit
true.
there looking good.
You bring the average good look up here.
Yeah, we didn't put you next to Joe
We're
by
all
chance.
sloppy
another
dudes
one.
in t-shirts and.
Well, I don't
hoodies.
need it. No.
Pick another double fisted.
Why are you making him double fisted?
Okay.
He has to walk to his office. It's like.
Dude, I can't get over how nice that office is.
I need to go
Pissing me
check
off.
it out.
Man.
Yeah, make a little shit corner.
But
Shit corner.
That's Chris's corner.
Yeah, you could shit my corner.
Oh, all right.
Where you could shit where I shit.
Dude,
Oh,
they
the corner.
went one further. So it's
I don't
basically
know.
like, first of all, it's nice as shit. But they went with it's funny. I walked in and I go, oh, the old classic, everyone against the wall looking away. Oh, your defenses are down.
yeah.
That was our.
That was the
for you
old
guys.
office.
Yeah, that was our first office in stage 5, where it's like everyone facing the wall. But they were smarter than us. Then they have like little dividers between each person for like recordings, because it's like, it's just like I can't stand looking at Alfredo, but there's nothing I can do. They don't have to worry
You're
about
locked
it.
in. New
Locked
office,
in.
Locked in again.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could do this because they're not very long, but
Yeah.
I assume also it's probably like a sound thing.
Yeah.
But
maybe, I guess.
I don't know. It makes. I'll be honest. We don't have it. I don't think we need it, but it looks nice. It's like a cubicle, but only enough where it actually makes sense and you're not
Okay.
trapped.
Okay. Not
It's just like a little wall, so it's like you kind of have your own. Because there's a lot of people in there. You kind of have your own space, but then also you just go, hey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to like walk out to talk to people.
I worked at an office before Rooster Teeth, and we had they weren't cubicles, but they were like kind of stationed off areas. And then I had this giant sail where it was like literally it was like a big triangle that bent down behind me and had 2 wheels on it.
Why?
And you could roll it back and forth.
What?
So it's like so no one could just like walk in and look behind you or
Wait,
whatever.
Why was
what?
it a sail?
What?
I don't
Because it was a big triangle that went up into a point above my head and just met with one.
I mean, we
point at
get
the top.
what it was, but why?
So it was like
Because
a
was
hat for the
fancy.
cubicle.
Just kinda, yeah.
the look.
It sounds more like a
slide
cape.
around. And then what
Like
I
a
did
cape.
was I had
Cowl.
someone take a photo of me from like about 15 feet away at my desk, and then I printed it all on these sheets of paper and I put it on the sail. So when you slid it over, it looked like I was sitting at my desk, whether it was actually there. And so yeah, that was I wasted so much time there and printer ink.
You're hurting his brain.
I can't visualize this. I don't know what a
let me
sail
see
for
what I
a
find.
cubicle looks like.
Okay,
Guys, this is like a big sheet, like a point, like a triangular sheet
sail
On top?
for
behind you, and it goes like over.
yeah.
You
It
understand?
seems like it's a
Yeah.
company going like, we have cubicles.
It's almost like it's like a folding
cool.
half tent,
It's-
right? Like
Yeah,
flat, and then you open it, and it's kind of like a
there's
tent.
two wheels in the bottom. They slide
Like a
so it
shower
rolls
curtain.
back and forth.
You guys are.
And just.
So people can't come in?
I mean,
Like a door?
No, it wasn't like it didn't completely seal it off, but it's like, hey, if you don't want people like looking over your shoulder while you're working, you just roll it behind you. So it gives you a little.
It's
bit of
like
privacy.
This is the
people
most
that
unintelligent
imagine.
conversation.
I'm gonna find one, damn it.
Do you
dare
know what
you
this
interrupt.
is? Do you have a
dare
clear
you
picture of what
interrupt.
this is in your
Yes.
Here's a clear picture. Imagine like an old office, like at Ralph Ablanado or something.
mind? With a
Yeah.
carpet.
And there's a
Corpse.
there is a like I don't even know what you guys called it because I didn't speak to you.
Speak easy.
Whatever what was upstairs called?
The
Second level.
upstairs?
No, you called it something. Like that
Admin?
ring in the desks in the
Loading
middle.
bay.
Yeah,
What was
the
that called?
upstairs
He doesn't know.
section.
This guy was
The
there. He doesn't know.
bullpen?
Bullpen. Thank you.
Bullpen, yeah, that's
Thank you. Someone who wasn't working in it, but the guy that was like, no, it didn't have a name. Oh yeah, it did. People called it something I know. Like, oh, the bull. No, didn't have a name. Oh yeah.
It's also called upstairs.
So, well, no, upstairs was upstairs, Chris. The bullpen was specifically
Well,
the
it's a rhombus
desks in the
is a
middle.
square.
I'll kill you. So imagine you're in the bullpen, which is like it's a bunch of desks, but essentially like it could emulate a giant desk and people all just crowded around it. Then someone gets hired, they sit down, and then they put up privacy doors around them.
Okay.
Because they go, I'm with everyone else, but I'm not. Let me put up those little foldable doors so you can't see me, which is very awkward and weird because like everyone else is just kind of sitting there in the same spot,
And you have, like-
and you just
You
go
close
look away,
yourself off.
look away, but not really. You know what I mean?
But is it like
It's more like a visual fuck you than actually effective. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to look at you, swine. Imagine that. It's like that, but a nice sheet, like a sailboat. He can't find it, by the way,
I'm
which is
looking
bad
for it,
news. He's
yeah.
like, it's so you. Oh,
Why
fuck,
put
it doesn't-
sail in this? All
it
these
doesn't
fucking
exist.
boats.
It's boats, or it's that cat jumping out the window.
Yeah, yeah.
it just
Sail.
like something?
It's a good one though, right?
It is.
Cat dead.
I just feel like if someone did that in the middle of the office, you're like, what are you doing in there?
Right?
why are you
Exactly.
hiding?
You're inciting.
Like, why are you hiding?
Looky-loos, you know?
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
What's he?
You give it up. You've given up.
I get it. I don't have a photo of it.
What's the
That was
weirdest
like-
thing you did under cover of your sale?
Oh, not much.
Not work,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Well, it was back
Nap.
when I was a video editor, and so at the time, like all the computers were slow as shit. So literally, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna render up trailer, and I would hit that, and it's like, well, I got 2 hours to kill, and so I would just wander around the office and just do shit.
And that's why you have that
You
picture.
let it render, then you go to your browser, right click, new private window.
I don't think they had private windows during that.
Nah, that
time.
didn't exist.
No, they had private sheets that you.
That's true.
Privacy state.
You just
They
hear
have the
from Jack's
sales.
desk. Hush it. Shut the volume.
But yeah, that was a real job. That was.
You
Back in
doing
the day.
this
Good.
is a real job.
This is a fun job. That was like a
I mean, it's
job
still real.
job.
but
Where are you
I get
editing?
what you're saying.
Huh?
What did you edit?
I did trailers for video games.
Oh, okay.
So like my first job out of college was I was working for a video game company cutting trailers. So literally we would like capture footage in our games and cut it together and put it out. And so my skills from that transferred like 1-to-1 over to Rooster Teeth. Like
Yeah.
the only difference was we added audio to it.
Oh, just like mine.
Yeah, exactly. You went from plumbing to making race
Come on
quit.
now.
Just give me electrician to.
They're so different. I understand
It's
they're
a
both
trade.
trades. You're talking about electricity and fecal water. It's very different. A plumber, electrician, what's the difference?
But didn't you plumb a little?
You're not plumbers.
No, that was unclogging a toilet in a personal issue. If you
Okay.
clog a toilet and unplunge it, you wouldn't call yourself a plumber.
That's true.
No,
if you
you
do
wouldn't.
it if you do it once,
If you do
you
it
do it
because
for-
you've
for
ruined
money.
what you've taught. Exactly.
if
You
you're
did it
getting
for
paid
money.
to do it, then you're
Right.
a plumber.
Stoppers in the toilet before.
Right.
I don't consider
If-
myself a plumber.
Yeah.
If you go out just like banging like crazy, you're just having fun. But if you're getting paid, you're a
So
gigolo.
if someone pays.
No.
I was a porn star.
I'm just saying, so if someone
Video's
pays me
important.
and I bring a plunger to
that's true.
unclog their toilet, I am now a plumber.
You're like a
amateur plumber.
low-level handyman.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
You have to get paid.
There's a certain
Once you
thing.
have a toilet clientele, then
Right.
you're a
There's a certain
So
thing.
it has to be two or more.
You would be the perfect scenario if you would work for a plumber and he's like, "You're an idiot. Here's a plunger. Go deal with the shit. I'll do the smart stuff."
Yeah.
Because that's what
I'm not an idiot.
Well,
You know how hard it is to operate
So
one of
like
those
that was me
Jesus.
Are you talking about
working for an
toilet?
electrician.
No,
That was
a
me working
plunger.
for an electrician for 2 years. I was a gopher. Where it's like, "Hey, dumb.
Climb under the house.
Go hand me tools." And I go, "Okay, I'll get it, boss." And then after like 2 years, he was like, "Not totally incompetent. Now I'll teach you."
Nice.
And then I was like, then everyone around the world
There's
decided.
Michael being a plumber.
Right. But while being an electrician's apprentice.
True.
Because I was on
you have
the
the lightning bolt on your chest.
I was
so-
on the job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was dead too. I was
that-
on the job.
Old.
But okay, wait. You were working.
Right.
You were getting paid to be there.
Yeah.
And you were unclogging a toilet.
Yeah, but I made the mess. So
you're
I
a
wasn't
plumber.
there called by the owner.
He was the.
But you were working for the client. You were unclogging
Right, but
the
then
client's.
in my off time, I shitted up the drain and had to fix it all in my off time. I wouldn't call yourself a professional eater if you eat lunch during your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had to drop a deuce and it fought hard. It clung like this. It wouldn't let go. And she didn't have a plunger or anything, and I just went.
Who doesn't have a
time,
plunger?
Time to go to work. A maniac, and this
Yeah.
woman was a maniac.
I don't own a plunger.
I just said it. I'll say it again. Maniac.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just haven't bought one yet.
Great.
After moving.
Let me
then
give
when
you a
your
piece
shit
of
gets
advice.
clogged up, you're
Let me
fucked.
piece of advice. Buy it before you need it.
Yeah.
All right. Otherwise, you're fisting the pipes. I won't do it again. I'm too
Man.
old for that.
You know,
I had an old
Here we
girlfriend
go.
in college.
Man.
Oh no.
I was at her house,
Mm-hmm.
and the toilet got clogged
Right.
Because of you.
because of me.
Okay.
And I was like,
But because he was flushing action figures down the toilet. He was going, "Wee! There they go!"
and I was like, oh,
Who did
damn
that?
it.
Was
like,
that Tiny Toons?
I hate snake eyes.
and I was like,
Why
oh,
go down to hole?
It was Plucky
it was
Duck.
embarrassing because it was like a clogged toilet, taking a dump at a girlfriend's house with her 2 female roommates.
Thank you for
And I was like,
qualifying.
I'm gonna try and sneak up and find a plunger in the other bathroom because there wasn't one downstairs.
Okay.
I sneak up, no plunger. There was no, and I was like, hey, does anyone have a plunger? And they're like, no, we don't own one.
Right. And they said, "Here's a knife."
Girls don't poop, so I mean, there's
And
no
then
need
Joe
for
walked
it.
out going, "Yeah, we don't own one."
I was one of those roommates.
But then I had to like go buy a plunger to plunge their room.
That is the correct
house.
move, actually. That is
Yeah,
100%. That is the correct move. You say like, listen,
Punch it.
no one go in there.
No,
Give me 30 minutes. I'm gonna run to Target.
Oh,
grab
I didn't have a
plunger.
car.
It took 2 days.
And it was in winter.
Literally.
Like, so it was like we had to wait till there was a convenient ride.
Yeah. And
Wait,
it was.
So,
and it-
wait. So okay.
It was 2 years ago, so Austin was frozen over.
It wasn't in Austin. It wasn't Austin.
Okay, it wasn't in Austin.
No electricity.
So how? Okay, so toilet gets clogged.
Uh-huh.
You wander around trying to find a plunger. No plunger. I'm gonna get a plunger. So
Well, I said there needs to be a plunging to
Chris
happen.
Kidney said,
in
"Guys,
here."
we all clogged the toilet. We need to fix it."
And I was like, I need to get a plunger, and they're like, we don't have one. I was like, all right, well, next time someone goes to the store, we need.
Wait. So
Remember?
I didn't have a car.
Remember when
I
you
didn't
went
have
out
a
of your
car.
way to compliment him?
No.
Chris, you're a great man.
I couldn't. I was like,
Great
we need to
man,
get a
Chris.
plunger, but it was like icy
Hey, you
and
should
shit
do
in
something
winter.
about this mess.
I was like, I went to the store whenever they went to the store and bought a plunger.
So what happened in the time?
How long was your shit in their house?
It was days.
Oh my God!
How is this not a right away scenario?
Everything.
Also,
I-
punch it. Days.
Oh no.
I wanted to fix it. I didn't have a
I
car.
feel like you didn't want it that
Yeah.
bad, Chris.
I'm
A
not
fucking
gonna-
coat hanger, like literally, like anything, man.
How many toilets?
What do you
in
think?
this?
Come on.
I would not punch.
3
They
or
had
2 or
three?
3.
Right.
Okay.
I know you.
At least 2.
But you'd eat it.
But you
ass
basically
eater.
you closed off a whole toilet from them.
I didn't
What-
want
was
to,
it-
Jack.
Was it a
Plunge it,
shower
but I'll suck
toilet
it
or
back
was it
up.
It was just a toilet.
Okay,
It
that's
was just a
good.
toilet.
as long as it
It's not
wasn't.
wet.
It was just a toilet. And I like shut it and be like clogged, messed.
fingers taped
He,
on.
Yeah, yeah. I
wrote
was
on
like,
the lid in permanent marker.
and I was like,
Chris's, do not touch.
Dead bird inside.
and I
He
was
wrote
like,
the date. Or the date.
Dated it.
but and I would have gone right away, but they're like, oh,
you
well,
didn't.
we don't want. We'll go. Whenever next time.
I don't believe a scenario where your girlfriend and the 2 women she lived with said, "Don't worry about it."
No, they didn't.
Shit clogged our toilet.
I said, let's fix.
We'll get around to it.
No, I said I would fix it. I was like, we got to get a plunger. It's like, well, we got to go to wherever to go get one. I said, all right. And then they're like, well, let's just go later because I think people have been drinking or something. They don't want to drive.
Days.
Yeah, you're losing me here.
So days later.
You're losing me here on the like.
The next,
It's not an emergency.
at the
comes.
next
Oh,
available
yeah.
time, I got a plunger and I went. I took care of
The
it.
next
Wow.
available time was days later.
Wow, incredible.
Days.
Incredible.
I didn't have a car.
At that point, you wouldn't even need a plunger. It's all liquefied.
Yeah, it probably disintegrated.
No,
Joe.
it didn't.
I'm
It
inclined
was
to
still
agree
there.
with
Oh
you.
my God, what were you eating?
No, and I
Take
want
a picture.
to be
Only
clear.
corn?
I want to be clear.
Oh yeah.
It had been like that second flush, so like it wasn't as gross. It was like mostly toilet paper. It wasn't like a gross.
Yeah, but
Thank God.
shit-stained toilet paper.
Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't proud of it. I didn't want it.
Hey.
I will say I have fisted a toilet before.
You have?
Oh no.
I have.
On a fucking plunger. Jesus Christ.
Not mine. It was someone else.
Well, maybe
Who
it
makes it
didn't-
better.
Who didn't own a plunger.
Why are so many people just running around and living in places
Hang on.
and don't own plungers?
Buy a plunger.
Sorry, if I get interrupted something, we can go ahead and continue.
You.
You did what?
Nothing.
No, go ahead. No.
No, I just said I feel like I interrupted something.
You didn't interrupt. Now you're ruining it.
Fist the toilet.
I'm trying to look happy as my son did what I did, and you're ruining it. Tell the story so I can
Okay.
be happy.
All right, I was at a friend's house.
Say it again.
I was at a friend's house, okay? I was having a sleepover. I was like, what? I might have been like 12.
Okay. Okay. A little more forgiving.
A very, very, very big shit. And at the time, I feel like I probably didn't use toilet paper
Effectively.
effectively. I used to use a lot of toilet paper.
That could have gone one of 2 ways.
Half a roll.
I didn't believe in it.
Not enough or too much.
No, it was
I
too
prefer
much.
too much over not enough. so.
And it was like late at night, and I felt really embarrassed. I couldn't find a plunger. I was sneaking around his house, couldn't find it, and so I
Bumped
thought
into Chris.
Chris just said, just wait a couple
I
days.
just thought, look,
This whole thing's gonna blow over.
I did wonder because sometimes they.
I'm just saying. I felt embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to know that I had clogged the toilet.
Jesus Christ.
So I put my hand down
Your
there,
hand in shit instead.
took my hand down there, unclogged it, flushed the toilet. Well, because here's the thing. I tried to flush it twice. It almost overflowed. So instead of it overflowing, I fisted the toilet.
Oh, so this was a. I understand that because
Yeah.
you were freaking out.
I
You're
was
about to
freaking
flood.
out.
So
I'm
you.
about to flood someone's
Joe,
house with
So you
poop
went and
water.
Your
punched
father,
fast.
Joe.
Yeah. So what happened was I waited for the water because sometimes the water slowly goes down. I stuck my hand in there. I got it unclogged,
Wow, incredible.
and then
Incredible.
I spent 20 minutes washing my hands.
And you used so much toilet paper wiping it off that you clogged it again. See,
I then used.
here's what I'll say. That's admirable, and I respect it.
My nightmare.
My problem is I went to go look for a plunger, and then I was like, well, I can't find the plunger. So then I had to ask, and they said there's no plunger. So then, if I was like, well, I'll go.
The neighbors.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay. Okay.
But I was like, if I go and punch the toilet now, they're all gonna know I'm punching my. They're gonna know what's happening.
How are they gonna know?
no, they're not. If you wash your hands.
If I go and I'll take care of
Unless
it,
you
and I
look
go in there
around.
without a plunger.
Well, what you should have done is you should have gone to I'll take care of it and came out wiping your mouth.
That's what he would have done. We discussed that already. I'm just saying, I have been very clear that I decided to be Joe's mentor because
Yeah.
he needed it, and he immediately started calling me sensei, master,
No, my favorite thing.
and papa.
If it feels
right.
appropriate that you kind
And-
of took Joe under your
well,
wing, and I took Kai and BK under my wing.
And
it
I
feels
have.
Like this makes
I'm just
sense.
saying I have nixed this
Yeah.
the mentor thing, and he always goes papa, and I go nope. That was papa right there. He knew what I didn't know. Also, side
back
note,
in.
real
You're back
quick.
in.
Yes.
Fucking met his sister.
Yeah.
Literally first interaction I've ever had with her, and he goes, "Hey, oh, by the way, this is Michael. He's our new papa."
Yes. And then.
And I just go, "What is fucking wrong with you?" And she was like, "Oh, he's our papa." And I was like, "God, I stop."
And then I said, yeah, he's the papa that comes back with the milk.
Yeah, he did
and
say
then
that.
Michael walked away.
He did say that. And then like the next show, your girlfriend Destiny was there, and I'm like, "Do you know what he fucking did?" And I was like, and then he did this, and she goes, "You did not." And he was like, "I did." And she was just like, "What's wrong with you?"
Did I meet your sister?
She tried to avoid you.
No, I don't think you were there. At
Hang
the
on.
venue.
Go back. Say you don't.
bitch.
Wait, hang on.
Don't think you were there.
I was
No,
at
wait,
every
you were
show.
there.
Yeah.
Yes, I
fucking
was all
around.
the venue.
No.
Hang on, wait, hang on,
The
stop.
timing was off.
Hang on, stop. Did Jack meet Joe's sister? Find out after a word from our sponsors.
Bum, bum, bum.
Unless you're a first member or you're watching live. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by ExpressVPN. Look, using the internet without ExpressVPN is like checking in your baggage at the airport without a lock. Insanity. Can you imagine someone at the TSA going through your bags? Unthinkable. You think your stuff is kept private besides going through the X-ray machine, but you never know who's going through it. Is it someone working there? Someone that wandered in? Some sort of dog? We don't know. And that could be happening with your network as well, because when you go online without a VPN, internet service providers can see every single website you visit. They can legally sell this information without your consent to ad companies and tech giants who then use your data to target who? You, that's who. When you use ExpressVPN, ISPs cannot see your online activity. Your identity is anonymized. That's crazy. By a secure VPN server, and your data is encrypted for maximum protection. The best part is that you can fire up the app, click one button, and you're good to go. Plus, it works on phones, laptops, even routers, so everyone who shares your Wi-Fi can also be protected. Okay, I've been using it for ExpressVPN for a while, well over a year. It's great. It's like a nice little extra level of security, super easy to use, doesn't slow down my internet. I love it. Now, go and secure your online activity by visiting expressvpn.com/offtopic today. That's expressvpn.com/offtopic, and you can get an extra 3 months free. expressvpn.com/offtopic. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Chime. Look, no one likes waiting on a paycheck, especially when you got bills due. Good thing there's Chime. Now you can get your paycheck up to 2 days early with direct deposit. That's up to 2 more days to save, pay bills, and generally just feel good about your money situation. But Chime is more than just about getting paid early. It's also an award-winning mobile app, checking account, debit card, and optional savings account. So what are you waiting for? Tell me now. Hopefully not your paycheck. Get started with Chime today. Applying for a free account takes less than 2 minutes. Get started at chime.com/offtopic. That's chime.com/offtopic. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank or StrideBank.NA, members FDIC. Early access to direct deposit funds depends on payer. Chime.com/offtopic. Don't worry about that other stuff I said in between the last URL. This episode of Off Topic is brought to you by Babbel. For most of us, learning a second language in high school or college wasn't exactly a high point in our academic careers. College wouldn't let me in. It was a dark time for all of us, as I'm sure it may have been for you. We weren't exactly wordsmiths back then. Thankfully, I am now, but only in one language, unfortunately. Thanks to Babbel, the language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions, there's an addictively fun and easy way to learn a new language. And teacher ain't gonna be yelling at you for getting it wrong, okay? Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with your family, or just have some free time, Babbel teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. Look, I'm so committed to learning another language that I love to watch Lindsay use Babbel daily for their lessons. And the best part is Lindsay's even teaching our children. So almost everyone in our household will be bilingual, and then I'm hoping there'll be some sort of just kind of like bleed effect where then I'll learn it too, but honestly, I'll probably just use Babbel myself because that seems to make more sense. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. Their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you to improve your pronunciation and accent. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/offtopic. That's babbel.com/offtopic for up to 60% off your subscription. Here it comes. You know what's coming. Babbel. Language for life. Oh, hello again. I see you haven't signed up for First because you're here in the den of sponsors, which they're great. They're lovely sponsors. But you yourself have the ability to be a sponsor and support us directly by being a First member. Then you don't even have to watch this. I know you'll miss this little interaction we have here, but just think of all the time you'll save enjoying the benefits of no ads. And, helping out your favorite creators while you do it. Me? Also, you get access to tons of stuff. You get discounts in the store. You get early access to tickets and badges for shows, before it goes live to the general public. And our extensive First catalog, including brand new show out now, Survive Block Island. And if you're watching this, meaning you don't have First, good news, the first episode is out for free, but every episode after is going to be First only. So if you watched it and enjoyed it, now's the perfect time for you to sign up for First and continue the journey. Who will survive the Block Island? And then you can watch it, and then it'll be over, and you'll know. Go ahead.
Okay.
We're back.
Hey!
She was there. You were busy trying to round us all up for
Wrangle
run a
cats,
show.
yeah.
And then they dipped out because they saw it was chaotic. They didn't want to get in the way. So they dipped out of backstage.
You embarrassed of me?
No,
Absolutely.
Absolutely not.
You're asking a man, I'm just going to say.
You're asking a man
I'm
who's
just going to say, you're asking a man, are you embarrassed of me after just hearing he introduced me as their new papa? Okay? Woman I've never even met or heard of before. I didn't know Joe had a sister until I was meeting her and being called her papa.
Yeah, I didn't know he had a
Who's
sister.
she's also a grown woman too. She's a grown
She's
woman.
older than me.
Right? And I'm just going, what the fuck, man?
But she accepted it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think he put her on the spot. She didn't have a choice.
When you
she didn't have a choice.
When you
There's nothing wrong
yearn
with
for
it.
a father, you take what is given.
It was, by the way, never given.
Sometimes you just take
took it.
Sometimes you just take.
and hold on.
Sometimes you take and then share.
Yeah.
He's our new.
Joe's just walking around the carnival holding on to pants until one doesn't push him away.
Papa, Papa, that you?
my father?
Crazy.
God. Anyway, so you have 3 sisters?
I have 3 older sisters.
Damn, dude.
You're the youngest of 4?
I'm the youngest of 4.
Maybe Joe.
Do
Maybe
they all
Hanson.
recognize
sense
Michael as Papa?
Oh God, I got so many
they
kids
don't.
now.
Yeah.
Just,
They don't.
Just 2.
I don't
Or-
think- well,
or have you not let them know yet, or they wouldn't
Or
go along with it as
just
well?
not the father, the other 2.
So wait, you're not my dad?
You know?
Well, no, I think he's
No,
implying that you're
not
my
all
child, but your
children
sisters are not.
are
It's
his.
different
Yeah,
parents.
Who is the father?
Who's the other father?
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
You must
Jerry
know
Jones.
him.
How do I?
It must be Michael Bones.
Michael Corpse, please. Who's eating one of these burritos?
Not me.
Oh, dude, they have. I'll be honest, forgot about them.
Yeah,
Not me.
We all ate right. Thankfully, they're just props and they're not real.
that's true.
Wait, they're not real?
No,
No, this is real.
that's foam.
I was trying to get out of the food waste,
Well, no.
and then you were like, "They're real. We wasted
no,
all
no.
of it."
No, it's kind of
Guys, I'm gonna hang on.
I didn't finish.
I'm gonna Snopes this shit.
It's a
This
real,
is real and
Michael,
wasted.
it's a real prop.
to be.
Oh wow.
You know.
Hey, hope STF's hungry. Guess how we're gonna ruin your office?
You know, like in winter when you get like boiling water and you throw it
all
in the
the
air and it doesn't touch. If you do that over by broadcast, none of the burritos will hit the ground. They'll all just be immediately gobbled.
It's funny you say that because there's probably people going, "Fuck, I would have fucking eaten those warm."
Yeah. Does
He-
anyone
Tyler-
broadcast want a burrito? Tyler,
Now,
you want
90
one?
minutes
Tyler.
later. And he's the guy that brought them. You're offering burritos, the man who brought them. I walked in, he was like, I have these, and I just reacted. I went, oh, fuck.
Being
I
you're
forgot.
hungry,
I
you're
straight up forgot.
starving.
Yep.
It's a fake day.
There we go. They're taking burritos.
It's a fake day. It's fucking beer and burrito. It's not a real day. I didn't set my watch to it. I'll give you a little tidbit of what's going on after I got home from AH Live. Just like seeing my children again, sorting out my house before I left because it was not in a good condition. And then Lindsay left again today to do another convention, right? So barely home. I not only at the office, walking into this building went, I wore this shirt yesterday. I straight up did not change I changed everything else. I remember this morning going, what shirt am I gonna wear? And I had like 3 shirts, forgot.
Yeah.
About 2:30, I went, oh fuck.
Wait. So you're wearing the shirt, and you're like, what shirt am I gonna wear?
Yeah. Well, because I slept in it.
Yeah.
And so I was getting dressed in the morning, and I was changing and stuff. I was going through my shirts.
And you put the same one back on.
You know, that one
I
looks
didn't take it off,
took it
Chris.
off.
Oh, okay.
I never took it off. I got distracted because I had to take my kid to school today too. So it's very much like, okay, I'm gonna go. Hang on, gotta go do this. Okay, you're fine. All right,
Yeah.
now what shirt? Okay, hang on, something's on fire. And then it was like, and I still got there 10 minutes late. So
Yeah.
can you imagine if I had changed a shirt? She probably would have been expelled.
That would have been it.
So I was just like, it was not until right before this podcast it dawned on me, fuck. This is the same shirt. And then before we started too, I was just like, oh, I stink.
You know who I missed when we were on the tour and coming
Joe's
back?
sister?
When I walked in. Her too. No, I was Mike Pirtle when I walked in, our sound guy.
Pertz?
I was like, Mike, we missed you. We had some audio issues in Los Angeles. That was
Well, Adam
a
Baird,
fun time.
Adam Baird described it succinctly. Where like, especially these big shows and venues, like so many, unfortunately, these companies like went under during COVID because events was the first thing that was obliterated with lockdown and COVID, like large events. And so he was like, tons of companies went under and didn't come back, or they came back and they're like half put together, or all these new companies were created and they're just doing it.
Yeah, they're
and so
green.
Adam Baird being the professional, he kept going like, so green. He just kept saying it.
But so I mean, we had a couple tech issues. The show itself was fantastic. I was really proud of it, everything we did on stage. But we don't like the crews don't follow us. Like it was just Achievement Hunter on stage, and then we had Adam Baird who runs. He's basically the stage manager for the show, does all the tech. Like I always say, like he's the left brain, I'm the right brain of AH Live. The two of us combined, like I come up with weird ideas and he makes it work. But we don't have our crew. Like we don't have like the guys running sound, the guys running video. They're people we've never worked with before. Yeah, exactly. It's usually based on the location. And so any kind of issues we had was just like kind of miscommunication there. We had an intro video that we showed, which the bit was, it starts off, it was the Peacemaker song. And I was really excited. It was like, it kicks off with Peacemaker song, a lot of energy right off the bat, and then like it would stop and then it would kick into a different song. And but the thing was, the video starts with no audio, and then that comes on because it's, you know, like, do you want to taste it? And so it just starts with nothing, goes right into it. 3 for 3, all 3 shows missed the intro cue. Where the audio, I walked out on stage, I'm like, there should be audio playing right now, and then I could hear them like faded up like midway through the opening of the song. And it just drove me nuts.
I just remember on the 3rd show you going, God damn it! God damn it!
I was like, all I want, just want 1.
Fuck!
Then I walked out, Gavin went 0 for 3. And I was like, yep.
I loved hearing Michael in the back while everyone else was on stage. That was another thing.
Oh, yeah,
that was another thing. At the last show.
No. Oh,
Where?
dude, that was so funny. That was the old man at one point, right? Which is great because not only did you meet behind us, that was like BTS stuff. That was like for the tour. So on that one, on the last show, the old man came out real early.
Yeah.
And so you guys were doing Werewolf, and Jeremy and I were already dressed up as the old men, and so there's like BTS cameras and stuff. So I'm just like talking to the camera, and I'm like making fun of you guys because there's like a screen in the green room, and I'm like, look at this guy. Who's this? You fucking animal. Da, da. And in the green room, there's speakers of what's getting pumped to the audience. So, you know, if you're there, you can watch a show. If you're whatever. Like
If you're waiting for a cue or something.
Or it's like, you know, you're with the band and you're the manager and you can see it or whatever. And so I'm just like riffing or whatever, like to the camera. And I'm nowhere near the stage. I'm like down the stairs, around the corner or whatever. And I'm making fun of you and people on stage. And I hear you go like, is that Michael? And I go, oh, shit, can you hear me? Oh, boo, I'm a ghost.
Not only that, so for the intro, so the audio messed up all 3 shows.
Woo!
We had 3 intros because we played Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And so San Francisco was our second show. I'm sitting there watching the screen, ready for the cue, and it pops up, "Hello, Seattle." I'm like, oh, that's not wrong, and the audio didn't come on. It's like, motherfucker.
I at that point was really pushing that we should put San Francisco in LA. And
Yeah.
we didn't. LA got LA.
LA got LA.
I think we opened and we were like, Seattle was like, man, Seattle kept talking a lot of shit about you guys.
You know what? San Francisco got grandma, so it all evens.
Yeah,
out.
It's true. They did get grandma.
And then LA got 400 people on stage. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, no
So
shit, dude.
many
I
people.
counted, there was 6 or 7 people from Funhouse.
Yeah.
And then like all of us and
Yeah.
Izzy and Fiona.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
And so, like, I mean, I'll
And Joe just running around screaming, going, I fucking hate the store.
You didn't experience my pain.
I have before, my son.
But the show was a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
You have not walked where I have yet. Okay?
You have
You want
been-
me to shoot you with a taser?
Go look at
Then come complain to me.
I have been.
Look at the footsteps.
Shot or
no,
zapped?
no, you-
No.
Fired?
No, I've been
With the-
shot
with the
with a
prongs, the
taser.
wire.
Were you not listening?
What?
By who?
Why?
I won't discuss the why. I've been tased
Was it
before.
for charity?
No.
Okay then.
How much money did you raise when you got it?
No, I actually,
He raised bail. He raised bail, Michael.
Money for my medical bills.
Medical bills.
What did the
Did they wait, ask if you okay, then zap you again for another $50,000?
You haven't come
Yes,
your
I've been,
deductible.
I've been shot
Wow,
with the
Joe
actual
is. Maybe I am
tasers.
popping.
But you can't talk about it?
I'm not gonna
Well,
talk
because
about it.
obviously the man was committing crimes.
I was not illegal.
If you're talking about I got tased and you won't explain why, I'm going to assume it was
wasn't for
bad.
content.
It's
You don't
sealed
get
in a juvenile
tased for no
record, and we're not going to
fucking
ask.
reason.
But I will ask: is Trevor doing background checks on these hires?
Everything
It
to know.
came up in my interview.
So,
Oh my god.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. They asked me, what's this on your record?
That's
and I
awesome.
said, we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about tasing. No, no, no. We don't talk about Jolie.
Man was a bit of a bad boy.
Bit of a badass.
From the cops.
He was stealing a crab.
I just remember.
Oh yeah, the crab. Should we explain the crab?
Jeremy bought a crab. That's the explanation. Jeremy bought a crab, put it on stage, and it was on stage the whole
Yeah,
Seattle
we have
show.
a we have a
That's the
Slack channel
explanation.
for the
Yeah,
tour.
that's what it is.
And it's Jeremy. I bought a crab. Can we add crab to the intro?
And they did.
What? And then they added crab to the intro, and then a crab.
The intro being like all of us getting introduced to the show. Jeremy got introduced. As soon as he ran back off stage, grabbed the crab, and then crab was last. And he came out and he put the crab on a stool.
And they put a mic
the
on it.
goddamn thing was sopping wet. And people kept touching it and picking it up, and it was pouring all over
there
the
was so much
stage.
crab
It
juice
was
right there.
stinky.
Crab juice, and it was smelly.
It was bad.
And people were all over.
What happened to the
tongues were
crab?
All over it.
Oh,
Yeah, what happened to crab?
I don't know what happened.
Probably got
to crabs.
fucking thrown away.
no.
I didn't touch it. I mean, I picked up
whole-
crab.
It wasn't alive.
Oh, it was dead.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
dead,
that
bro.
crab.
He bought a crab at the fisherman's market.
I thought he got a pet.
He did not get a pet. He got a dead crab. Thank God his dad. I think somebody ripped its claw off.
Oh really?
That's why he picked it up and went, oh.
Suck it down?
Yeah, it was a little.
I don't know if they sucked it down. No, it was dead as shit.
Probably.
But we didn't kill it. We bought it dead.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
We're not responsible for
I
its
just,
death.
Not
I just remember
responsible.
we landed in San Francisco, and I was on a fucking
I
bender until we got back.
I remember too in San Francisco we were discussing, do we get another crab or do we get something else?
Oh,
We're talking
yeah.
about lobster. But the dilemma with the lobster was like, we don't want to kill it for the show,
Yeah.
right? Like, because the lobster, you pick it, then they kill it,
kill it.
and then you get it. And we're all like, I mean, the crab was dead, but we didn't kill it
Yeah, yeah.
for the bit. It was already dead. It has given its life.
You could have gotten a live
and then we
crab.
got it. Right, but I'm saying...
And brought it back.
But what I'm saying
Say
is...
we're done.
That would have been the worst idea, because then we have a live creature no one wants, Chris.
No, you take it back and say,
don't
we're
want
done with it.
They're not going to take it back.
Why wouldn't they?
Chris, why wouldn't they? Why would they ever also like, hey, it's COVID. We bought this crab earlier. It's been a day or so. Do you want it back? And you think
But it's
they'd go,
alive still. It's an
"Absolutely."
animal. It's like, hey, go back home.
They don't know what you did
Go
with
back
it.
home,
You
like,
could
to
have
the tank?
infected it with your seed. You could have spliced it with DNA, and now you're fucking causing a new epidemic amongst the people. Who knows what weird shit you do when you take the crab back to your house? Why the fuck would you buy food? Who gives a shit if it's alive or not? It's like, where are all these puncture marks on its head? Don't worry about it, but make sure someone
It's
eats
this
this tonight.
This crab seemed
But then
to-
with the lobster, it was like, we don't want to like pick it out, kill it, and then play with its
Yeah,
corpse.
yeah, yeah.
We just played with the corpse that was already a
Yeah.
corpse.
That's why I said prawn. We should have bought prawn.
I mean, I was with you, but then you got cake and someone ate it.
That's true.
You guys ate it.
We had cheesecake on stage.
You guys
Someone
ate
The
it.
replacement
cheesecake.
of crab was
Could you-
Joe bought a cheesecake.
No,
Yeah.
I got brought a cheesecake.
Oh, by who?
My sister.
Oh.
My sister
So
brought me
you
a
have a
cheesecake.
sister?
your daughter.
That one.
So we
Yeah.
went cheesecake.
I've
and
yeah.
someone, so there's like, I don't know, a couple people were just eating it throughout the
Dude,
day.
I heard rumors there were multiple DNA
Yeah.
traces found in that cake.
It was some guy named Spice Rat.
Look,
Some guy named Spice
I was
Rat
making
came
sure
in
no
and
one
ate
else
the
was
cake.
eating it.
Man.
I wanted to see what it tasted like, because then I could interrogate people and find out if they were lying.
It was
or
a
not.
tiramisu cheesecake.
It was.
What?
It was.
I didn't-
It was very creamy, but also dry.
I didn't know. If
I was,
Matt
like,
coming
coughing
to
up.
the show, so I just saved him from the sugar.
Dude, speaking of Spice Rat, you guys fucked up the stage in LA. So
What's that
during
mean?
AHW, the wrestling
Oh,
thing.
that chair.
You
Dude,
guys
yeah,
broke
we
the
had a
couch.
sofa, and
sofa
James and Jeremy
Fuck.
and Iffy were throwing each other around the stage.
So where do I get
There was
included
legit
in
stuff
that?
because you were on stage with them, weren't
Right, but you just said you guys broke the chair and then named 3
If
people
anything,
who weren't me.
Michael
you
was
were
a
part of the
savior.
wrestling thing.
But I didn't break the chair. Don't say you guys and then I'm.
Michael saved my glasses.
I was out.
I didn't.
Yeah, this man's glasses are about to get stomped
If he
on.
kneed the shit out of me.
Dude, if he went to like fake knee Joe and Joe didn't see it and leaned into it and he actually beat him and knocked the wind out of him, he's going on stage going.
When he saw that, he immediately picked me up on his
very
shoulders and I
funny.
just went dead weight.
very
So
funny.
like I was just like my body was limp. So if he's spinning around in circles and my limbs are just like going like this, throws me down on the couch and I'm just laying there because I actually had to catch my breath because I couldn't fucking breathe.
I walked out after that bit was over, and both the couches were upturned. One of the legs was bent in half, and I was like, "What the fuck happened here?" Because I usually I'd set up a bit if I'm not in it. I'm like, or I wasn't in most of them. I would walk away, make sure the next thing was prepped. I come back, it's like, what the? I saw Iffy throwing people around, and the couches were all
Dude,
upturned.
Iffy loved to pick people up and fling them around.
Yeah.
I think he picked up and hugged and jostled every single person he met. And I'm not talking, I mean, not met like for the first time, saw, and I mean backstage.
Yeah.
And it's not like pick you up, hug. It's pick you up, I'm hugging you and shaking you and swinging you. And you're just going, he'll do it for like 30 seconds. The man is enormous.
He's a large
He's
man.
huge
He's
and he is
strong.
ripped,
Yeah,
dude.
he's very strong.
It's insane. But he's also like, he always has like the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like, Iffy's energy is amazing. Like, even when he's like screaming at someone, it's very funny, right?
Yeah.
It's like, he'll be like, are you a fucking idiot? And he's got like a huge smile, and it's just like, he's so likable.
Yeah.
Iffy is so likable. He always brightens the movie.
He just kept ripping his shirt off. too.
yeah.
He ripped so many shirts.
I think he ripped like 4 of them throughout the
Yeah.
show.
He did a thing too where we were doing the Q&A for the VIPs, and he sat in on the one, him and Fiona sat in the one in LA, and inevitably it's Iffy. And you got talking about like eating ass, and then like it went to Alfredo, and Iffy was like, hey, and like it cut to Iffy, and he was just like, you gotta get in there. And I was like, well, you're ripping it apart. Like I was like, well, stop. He was just like, I was just like,
Where's the asking go?
just like, stop sending people to the hospital.
It's not goats.
right. It is now.
Anyway, it was fun. You should go to Age Live whenever.
Yeah,
we
you should
have
go to
Age
the one
Live.
in the next 3 years.
So yeah, we're working on the next one, and hopefully there's some information soon. So
We are?
As long as I don't die at the next one, I'm fine.
You didn't die at this one, bro.
it'll be at
I
least 6
almost
months
did.
more, likely a year. So if you're curious, we're not going to be doing one in Austin during RTX. We had venue issues and whatnot, so there won't be one during RTX
not?
this year. So no, we're not.
I'm finding all of this out.
Yeah, well, so is the
Venue
audience.
issues.
But
That's how the audience should feel like happy that like they're getting the fresh information that even you
the
didn't.
first
know.
members, the first
I
members.
didn't-
You could look at it and
No idea.
just whoever showed up today.
Yeah, that's true.
'Cause it's free.
Oh yeah.
You could look at it as like, wow, that's so sloppy. I can't believe Alfredo doesn't know what's happening. But you could look at it as, wow, we got the information the same time they did.
Yeah.
It's basically like
Amazing.
we worked there.
To be fair, you got it about 2 minutes before they did because we are preempted a little bit.
Exaggerate. It's
That's not. It's like.
like
It's
70
like.
seconds.
We're good. I still
65.
got it. I still got it before.
long time.
I still got it before.
So, but we still haven't played Vegas, so we're not going to stop until we play Vegas. God damn it, I want to
Well,
play Vegas.
I wanna go.
We sure know
so
you
bad.
Not up to us.
Can I just go as manager?
Yeah, if you
Yeah, but you have to wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go and make sure everything. Where's the crab? We got crab?
And you have
Well,
to deal
you
with
got-
all our problems.
You gotta wear that, and I'll get you popcorn.
Well, I'm signed up. Let's go. To Vegas.
So when are we lighting Joe on fire? I did get lit on fire.
Yeah, I'll also say I think we could. Normally we're right on time at 3:04. It was 3:12 today, but I got good news on the way here. Great news.
What's that?
Post team not doing.
Oh
stream.
shit!
Oh.
So
Well, I do have
we could
I
just
have therapy at
trample all
5:30, so
over.
I can't go too late. I gotta
So
get
we'll
home.
go to what 5:25.
I can't make it home that quick.
I was thinking, we try and give him that 8 minutes back. You know,
yeah,
3:12.
You started late because Joe wasn't here. It was
I mean,
a huge
yeah.
pain in the ass.
He was here. Well, he was here, but he kept saying, "I'm not ready yet.
Papa, help!
I'm not ready yet."
Kept saying it's so dumb.
Yeah, he kept saying my zipper's
Show,
stuck.
it's so
My zipper's stuck.
daunting.
It got caught in it. Oh God.
The toilet's clogged.
Just run around.
That blew me away. I love that.
Oh no. Off topic, Don.
We were doing again the Q&A, and we're all just like lined up on the edge of stage sitting
It is,
there.
though.
And somebody asked Joe something about just like
It was
like I think it's
just
like
being like new and
being
Achievement
new,
Hunter, and
stepping
like
into
how much we
Achievement
do now or
Hunter,
whatever.
yeah.
And Joe gave a real answer, and then I shit
dragged
on
me
it.
for it.
Well, yeah, because it's funny. And he gave a real answer of like, oh, well, it's great. And at one point he was just like, it's a little bit daunting, but it's fine, whatever. And then he did the whole thing, and people were like, oh, great, thanks for the question, whatever. And I went, hey, was it daunting that day you leaned over to me at the end of the day on Tuesday and you said, I haven't filmed anything yesterday or today. Was that daunting? And he was like, that was a long time ago. He's like, that was over a month ago. I was like, oh. Where I had to stand up and go, who's stepping out of something? Make this man work. He was just like, I don't know if it's scheduling, but like, it's been 2 days and I haven't done anything yet. And then the rest of the trip, Alfredo just went, I don't know, it's kind of daunting. He just kept saying that.
Yeah, dragged me.
Yeah. It was even funnier because you were so far away from me.
Yeah, you were literally at the other end of the
leaned down to
stage,
the other
and I was at
end.
the other end, and you're just screaming it, so I hear it. I hear it like echoing.
Oh, man.
It's fun though.
Blood Skulls Rock says, any plans to visit theme parks in the UK? I'm going to the UK like in 2 weeks, on the sometime in 2 or 3 weeks. And yes, possibly I might be heading up Thorpe Park, which I hear is near here.
It's not made up.
Yeah.
Thorpe. It's just as made up.
That's not a park for humans.
Thorpe.
It's like-
It's
it's
a
like
park for
Six
Chris
Flags.
and Ryan Hailey. We were born in Thorpe.
And peacocks.
We'll die in Thorpe Park. Yeah.
But I guess Thorpe is the name of the city it's in, and so I'm like, all right, so we're gonna go check that out while I'm there. But yeah, Jeff and I are gonna be going to the UK, and I'll be out there for the RT UK community meetup, and so it should be fun. I've been to London in like 3 or 4 years, so I'm excited to get back there again.
When was the last time you were in Thorpe?
I've never been to Thorpe Park before, or Thorpe.
Damn.
How
in
big is
general.
Thorpe?
I don't know.
Hey, have you ever heard of Tiny Town?
I looked at it. Tiny Town Adventures? Yeah.
No, just tiny town. It's like little towns.
Go on.
It's like
Seems very passionate about this right now, by the way.
I'll let him.
a little town.
He's the tallest person.
What, when you say little town, do you mean like
giant.
it's like not many people live there, or
No,
like
it's a
physically
town
small?
for like children where they drive and they learn learn about traffic rules, and they drive around in little cars, and they learn how to start and stop and like red light, green light,
Honestly,
go.
I was like with him until he said children.
Yeah.
Well, the children live in tiny.
None of y'all went to Tiny Town as kids.
Like on a field trip?
Yeah.
Was this a cult?
Is it where they have they have like fake banks? You learn how to write checks as kids?
No, it's just little.
No, that's ridiculous.
What?
No, they didn't have. Oh, they did have a bank, but it was just like a wall that was painted and said bank on it. You're just
It's
learning
also
how to-
like, it's just when you call it tiny town, you think of tiny people because kids are
Yeah.
just small. Like I wouldn't call my daughter tiny.
Yeah, but it
she's
was a town.
child.
The town was tiny.
Right, but
And they were normal people.
But the residents are children, and so it should be called appropriately sized town, like for its residents. It's not tiny.
Well, we didn't live there. We were visiting. We're learning how to
Get an
traffic.
apartment in Tiny Town?
What?
They have apartments
They
in
have
Tiny
condos.
Town? Condos.
Not that you
Condos
no,
are
no, no.
only
It's just like
So they have tiny
it's a
town
theme
homes.
park. It came up, and I don't know how it came up. It came an episode of Black Box Down, and I was like, "Oh, Gus, you're like Tiny Town." He's like, "What are you talking
I'm
about?"
sure, yeah, okay, that makes
Sure,
me
you're
a
not
little-
talking about the Shire exhibit that they have? Like,
Yeah, the Hobbiton?
I mean, this guy is an authority.
No, I've been there. I've been there.
He straight up walked there. Okay.
Where was this?
Well, it was in the area of
bird?
Lubbock, Texas.
Oh,
I don't know where. We took a bus, and I was a kid.
Oh, that's dangerous.
But I also
from
I
where?
identified one. I think in like
close to Amarillo.
what's the state? Just
Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. I think it was in Oklahoma.
Did you just ask what's the state
Nevada.
and we were about to finish next to Texas?
No,
Island.
just like northish.
Rhode Island.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Oklahoma. There's another tiny town
right above Texas.
that's real close, and I was like, oh, that's the closest thing I could find to the tiny town that I remember as a kid.
Okay.
Now, when you leave
Would you ever do an episode of your? Would you ever do an episode on Tiny
Well, he
Town?
wouldn't be welcomed. He'd be a giant.
Yeah, I'd be too big. I'd be like an ogre in Tiny Town. I don't know if that would work. That'd be like a horror episode.
Trials in the dungeon. Trials in the tiny library.
But the cars didn't go very fast.
Jack just going, me ride coaster. It's too big. Now, when you left Tiny Town and went to the adjacent town, was it giant town? Was it big town? Or was
Did
it just
everything
the
feel
town?
bigger
Well, as
after
a
you
kid,
left?
everything felt big. So yeah, I guess you're right, Michael. It did feel appropriately sized town,
Right.
Yeah, it's not tiny town.
but I didn't name it.
How old were you when you did this?
That's probably like
19.
8, 7.
Okay.
It was 21.
Someone said in the chat it was Young Ameritown that I went to.
Okay.
Young Ameritown.
Same.
Oh no, someone
It's like
posted.
Tiny
Yeah,
Town.
look, there it is. There.
That looks like it.
Well,
Is that? Where is
It
that?
probably is it.
Someone said it was like there was
But
a
also,
link,
like-
a link near Lubbock.
but
so
also,
that might be the one.
that's-
That is it. I
That's
think.
also just like, you walk through that in 30 seconds.
This is your.
Well, no, you drive through it and very.
In what? Hey, look at that. Never mind.
In what?
There was more. There's more. I think the other angle would show more of the city.
You know, Michael, when you're 8, you're roughly the size of a mouse.
Right,
You just
right.
take your car
Yeah, I'm
and
just-
drive around.
That's a corner of a street.
I think there's more. I think this is the angle. I think.
What is
Missouri
the
and
scale?
Colorado.
Missouri and Colorado. What is the scale of
have
that
one in
too?
Colorado?
Can someone throw a banana out there so I can get an idea of how big that is?
Said it's 1/6.
Where in Colorado is that?
That's not it then.
That's a fake tiny town.
Yeah.
Morrison, Colorado?
Get that out of here.
No, it was.
I own property.
I
bought tiny land.
Town.
But tiny land for this. Yeah, where was Tiny Town when you went?
It was somewhere near Lubbock, Texas.
Someone in the chat posted a link that had Lubbock in the URL.
Don't click it.
I don't know if you guys.
Here's the
have
deal.
That's
Could you sell
Goatsy, 'cause
someone?
He mentioned it earlier.
Is this the link to?
It's iffy in the chat posting Goatsy over and
just
over again.
de-gloving.
Okay.
If you had a tiny town and had a little condo in it, could you sell? Like, yeah, check out my condo.
Can you take a girl back to your condo?
No, you just like, oh, look at it from over here.
He posted a screenshot of how many
OnlyFans and
the
shit
OnlyFans
that like
accounts that he was,
like
like-
his like billing came
Yeah.
through and it was like
OnlyFans,
like
like,
$6 charge,
like,
$9 charge,
$20,
20. He posted it was a text message he was having
very
with someone. He was just like my
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans bills hit.
Jesus. Supporter of friends, I guess. I mean, good for you.
Oh my God, this man.
He rules.
I mean, yeah, that's good.
No, it's. I mean,
Chris just doesn't
like
text
this goes
about
back to you and Ryan Hailey. Like you have these experiences. And if you had a photo of you at Tiny Town,
I want to ask for it.
I want to see.
I don't know if there
Chris
is.
in Tiny
Please
Town,
do.
but he's like the size of an ant.
that's true.
I don't know if I have it. I'm gonna try and track it down. I'm
Like they could fuck.
fine.
Tiny Town could be giant and you're tiny.
That's true.
I think I texted my sister about it.
That's
and
the
she,
flip.
Yeah.
You get there and you're like, I thought the town was tiny, and they go, you're the tiny in Tiny Town, and you're going, I can't get in.
like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids style. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like a whole town.
Yeah.
I texted my sister about it, and I think she ignored me.
Yeah, she blocked you actually.
What? You have a sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's you're a new pop.
I went out of my way to not say it. And then you brought it.
Oh God.
No, but I hear like, she had some good news recently.
What news? Oh, she had a baby.
He was genuinely confused. He was confused.
I was like, what do you know about
He
her?
looked at me about his own
Wait,
sister.
Chris,
what
was it
news?
called Safety City
That might have been it.
in
What?
Lubbock?
What news?
40K says
I
Safety
was just kind of
City
like,
in
I don't
Lubbock.
want to announce your non-public sister, like a baby. And I was like, that was good news. What news? Oh, the baby? Jesus Christ.
You know,
Safety
I mean, babies are born every day. I mean, is that really a big deal at this point?
I was hanging out with Chris, and he was on the phone with his sister, and like the one-sided conversation was obviously him talking about like she just had a baby, and then he hung up, and being a parent, I was like, how big? What is it? And I was like asking, and he was like, why are you asking? I was like, it's parent, dude.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely interested. It's
Well,
not
that's
like,
what they when it comes.
It's not like
they
small
hold-
talk.
Do you take
It's
the
like,
photo
give me
like
the
a
deets.
fish where you hold up the baby by his legs?
Yeah. You go give me the deets.
and
How's
then
this? How's that? And he
you
was
weigh
just
it,
like,
put on the
and Chris
scale,
was
and
like, are you joking? And I was like, no. And he was like, why do you want to know? And I was like, I'm just curious. So I was
Okay.
like, and he's just telling me, I was like, no, nice, good size. That's good.
It's good size. Good size.
What size
You
baby?
just like,
What-
it's
what's-
just
what's-
like there's this weird.
What's too much baby?
switch
Like
that
what's
gets
the
flipped.
weight that wears? Oh, that's a heavy baby.
9 pounds.
So
9
I would-
pounds is pushing it.
I was
9
almost
plus
10
is-
pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10 pounds. 9 pounds is still big, but like it's not fuck 10.
Yeah.
Right? Which is huge. 9 is though like 9 is thank God you're not 10. That's
Yeah.
what 9 is.
It's so interesting because if you gave me a 9-pound weight and a 10-pound weight, I don't know that I could easily tell the difference. Like,
Right, but you're not pushing
Right,
it through
yeah, I was about
yourself.
to say,
Yeah.
pushing it.
You're not
But it's
pushing
like-
it through your asshole.
Like that's where babies come from?
Yes. Sometimes, if they're 10 pounds, yeah,
butt baby.
the small wall gets destroyed and it all becomes asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and there's some. Then they fly in some slight repairs.
Yep.
And they go, oh, a 10-pounder, eh?
Jack
Like,
used
and then
labor
just
and
go,
delivery,
they
so I
they
hear
didn't stand a
all
chance.
about it.
Dude,
Sometimes they get pooped.
where do you think they got the fucking phrase from Doom, rip and tear?
True.
Imagine if men
Also,
had
they
to
have to
birth
have like
babies.
these little funnels in the toilet because sometimes the moms will like go and sit down to use the restroom and the baby
Baby
just
pop
shoots
out.
out.
Yeah.
They shoot out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, because
Well, if you're like
during-
super close to
yeah,
like.
you're like close to delivering, but you have to use the restroom and you. feel
Although I'll be
something
honest though, I don't know
Like a
what
tooth-
like
like
why
toothpaste
if
tube.
you're close to delivery, they just like piss in like pans and shit. Why are they getting up?
I don't know, but
That
they
seems
do.
crazy.
They do have like little like baby catchers in the toilets.
Yeah, just in
Catchers.
Yeah.
In the toilets.
Yeah.
Babies come out sometimes,
Yeah,
dude.
because sometimes babies come out.
Babies
It's a
pop out
fucking
sometimes.
thing.
Yeah, I mean,
Oops.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
humanity
sorry, I
got
meant-
to this point before
It's like,
hospitals.
oops,
so
I meant to take a shit, but I pooped out a kid instead.
it seems crazy now, but again, like the whole modern medicine thing hasn't been around very long.
Yeah,
Humans
yeah.
are around,
200 years or so.
So it
for
seems
running
insane nowadays, but people just used to go, kid, oh shit. Here you go. It's crazy when you see like 900 professional like doctors and nurses and like all these people, and you're going, people would just what?
Yeah.
He's just like, get the town jester, the baby's coming. He's like, I'll hold the water. It's just like,
get the catcher's mitt.
yeah. Let everyone know, we need the sheep to dry it off. It's just like, oh my God. Like, you think going to the hospital and having a baby is scary now, which it is. But you just sit there and you go like, oh, thank God.
Well, I think
God.
this bonus 8 minutes was worth it. There you go. Everybody.
I think so. Hey, thanks for watching. And also, a little plug at the end. Check out, let me get the name right. It's
Survivor
in
Block
there.
Island.
Survive Block, not Survivor. That's why I was looking.
Survive
You fucked
Block
it up.
Island.
Survivor?
Son of
You
a
were
bitch.
in it and you.
I was gonna say something like that.
Survivor?
Survive Block
Survive.
Island.
Survive Block-
Episode
Survive.
1 out
Is-
now.
Survive.
You're gonna get Trevor
Is
sued.
Is there an idol?
I'll also say, hey, if you're
I think the first episode's free.
if you're a fan, I think
First episode's free. It's, the rest is for first. I
If
believe.
you're a fan of theme parks and podcasts, maybe keep an eye on Rooster Teeth tomorrow for an announcement.
For Survive Block Island, or
Is someone squeezing you under the table?
yeah.
You can't see. There's a 10-pound baby screaming on your leg.
He's currently getting
He's getting
he's
the
getting
glove.
his skin
Oh,
put
shit,
back
my
on.
bad. Sorry, reglove. He's getting reglove.
And so that's what happens.
Saying.
But yeah, dude,
Maybe
this
tickets
show,
go on something tomorrow.
I saw the first like teaser because we showed part of Survive Block Island at all the shows, like a couple minutes of it. Dude, it looks so fucking cool because I'm not in it. And the
looks
way
fantastic.
the way it was shot, it's like so it's all real, right? It's like a let's play.
None
it's
of
not
it
it's
is
not scripted, but it's all like cammed. So it looks like it is.
Yeah.
It looks like it's shot like a reality
it's
TV
shot like a
show.
reality TV show where there's like free roaming camera ops and there's like talking head interviews and it's all just Minecraft.
So
but like it looks incredible, dude.
We asked for a clip to show at AH Live, and it's like, oh yeah, no problem, we can do that. They sent me a 20-minute clip.
Yeah.
And I'm
They
like,
sent you like almost episode 1.
Yeah, I was like, I can't show 20 minutes of it. Like we have shit we have to get through. Like you said, we go through a lot of stuff fast.
Yeah.
So we ended up showing about 10 minutes during the show.
But like honestly, that was the first time I'd seen it. I knew what it was. I just like obviously like when it was shot and I heard a lot about it, and I saw it for like 5 seconds and I was like, oh, this is fucking cool, dude.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was shot like that and edited like
it's
that.
so well shot and edited that people are like, oh, this is scripted.
It looks
No,
scripted. It
it's
really
not.
is.
No, and
Like,
it's crazy.
it
It
was
feels. I was like, this is nuts. Like
Yeah.
things that were happening. I was like,
It
this
was
is.
like
It's
really
fucking
was
cool,
us
dude.
trying to figure
It's
out
fucking cool.
like who are you gonna side with? Is this person trying to blindside you? Are they lying to you? Like you never knew where the boats were gonna go and like
Yeah.
what was gonna happen. And it was legit like stressful to be like, maybe they're on my side.
I mean,
or
like,
maybe I'm getting voted out.
Lindsay was in it, and they'd come home and tell me about it. Like, dude,
Yeah.
today was nuts. I was like, oh,
The
what happened?
challenges were actually stressful to do. To
Yeah, well-
play with each other.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
know.
But then also, like, it was one of those things where, like, everyone behind the scenes, like, watching, like, Jeff, Trevor, and the production team, they were just like, they didn't know, right? They would interview us, or they'd see things go down. They'd be like,
So-
oh my God, I didn't, this might be this. That person might betray that person.
Would you describe filming it as daunting?
It was daunting.
Leave it alone.
Sounds
Leave it alone. It
Thanks
was a
for watching,
compliment.
everybody.
Anyway,
Go watch
yeah, check out Survive Block
Island.
Island. Posting is not streaming. I'm sure they'll put something on, but it's not them. Thanks for watching. Chris, thanks for being on and carrying the show with your looks.
Thank you, and thank you for letting me manage Ace Live.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hope you
Absolutely. In
enjoyed the
Vegas.
tuna fish.
You bring the crab.
Crab or crowd?
Both.
Crowd of crabs.
Both.
Wow. And
Crab in
of
every
crab.
seat.
And just in case we have another plug that we didn't do, I'll leave a spot for it and we can ADR it later.
I fucking hate it here.
You just ruined the ADR.
Why'd you
I
talk?
guess it is.
Have you ever heard of a slate? You understand what a slate is?
Bye, everyone.
God damn it.
This is it's a lot.